Poe's got some creepy haircut.
We got any clips from Poe's show?
Yeah, we do. And Danny walked out. It's a whole thing that happened.
Danny walked out of what?
I don't know if we have time to get into it.
I know we don't have time to get into it. This is the setup for after the interview.
Yeah.
Danny, what happened on Saturday?
No, I didn't walk out.
I left when my shift was over.
Oh,
Someone didn't realize that theirs was over as well,
and just kept going.
I love how when we do our radio show, Poe is ridiculously strict about who comes up here, and you have to have the proper ID and fill out all these forms.
No.
And then when he does a radio show, there is, between 30 and 40 people up here.
Sure, absolutely. That's no exaggeration either.
Wow.
There's pictures. It's all over.
A lot of folk.
All right, thanks, Danny, but Frank's here.
No problem.
How do we start this thing? Wow.
Well,
Master Poe had a show on Saturday night.
that's right. The Arena.
What was it called? The Arena? The Arena?
Yeah, the Arena with Master.
The Arena.
And just so everyone understands the players, Danny produces the Saturday Night Virus, right?
That is correct.
I did not know that. Huh?
That is true.
Very cool. And Master Poe, how did you think it went?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard it yet.
Well, how did you
I had fun.
But did you have a feel like, oh, this is going okay, or what?
It's the first time I've ever did a radio show, so the only thing I could say is that I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed that. I had fantastic guests, and it was just it was fun. I just have to say it was fun.
Okay. Is this you?
Can I have an us? Us. 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 Us, 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 us.
He was to the white.
Us.
That was fantastic. And there were no duplicate usses in there?
Your show was an hour long, right?
Yes.
That was all the usses in an hour.
No. That was only Poe's usses in an hour. But he also had some guests in there that were ussing as well.
Why does everybody us?
Now, Poe, why were there so many people here Saturday night? I saw the pictures on the message board. I was amazed at how many people were here to watch you do your show.
Well, I had my students that came down, my advanced students, and there was about 7 people. Then I had fans of the show and friends of mine that came down. I had my long life, I'd have to say he's my
partner?
My blood brother, because he and I got into an incident where we almost died, and he was there with his wife, his son, his girlfriend, and his friend. And
Wait, his wife and his girlfriend, or his son's girlfriend?
His son's girlfriend. Okay. And I emailed Steve while I was getting my haircut, my marine cut haircut.
How long was an email? 3 seconds? Just it's a razor on the head. Hello, Vietnam. Beginning phone little jobs, I guess.
And he wanted to find out how many people were coming, and I said, I'm not sure. I think maybe 15 or 20.
Yeah, but let's clarify something really quickly.
Sure.
The only reason why you were being asked was because I had heard through the rumor mill that you were having a small party up here. So so Steve wanted to clarify your guest list.
Let me see a party. We had
40 people.
We had bleachers, and they were all sitting down. They all had suits on. We had all the. Excuse me.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
No.
I'm sorry. This is your show.
I saw the pictures. And
Nobody had a suit on.
No one had a suit on.
Although I did see a guy in a
Maybe a
do-rag and
few.
cornrows.
I had about 4 of my students that had suits. My blood brother had a suit on. His wife was also dressed up very, very nice.
He wasn't in a suit, I hope.
How many people were here? Safe to say, Danny.
It was probably about 30 people.
30 people.
Without exaggeration, it's probably about 30 people.
Why would you think it's a good idea to have 30 people when you're going to do a radio show?
Well, I've never done a radio show before, and I didn't know exactly how many people were going to come. I thought about 20. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't that be a distraction, though? Because now you have to worry about them, make sure they're comfortable and happy, make sure they don't need anything.
And not only that, but also distracting the show that was on while these people were filing in and milling about. You know, because Big Kev, he's trying to do a show, and he's wondering why there's 800 people showing up. And so that was kind of distracting.
No,
for him.
he's wondering why anybody showed up. When Big Kev does a show, if one maintenance guy walks in, Kev goes, "My God, a fan base."
His audience doubled.
Yes, my guests did come in, and they did all their paperwork. Everything was filed nice and neat, and there was not one incident. We didn't have any liquor. There wasn't any drugs, because that doesn't happen. And everyone was very respectful. They sat down and watched the show.
I gotta tell you, I'm looking at pictures right now, and it looks like it's a bar. I mean, there's a lot of people in that shot.
The gentleman over there, the bald guy,
Yeah.
Yes.
that's my buddy. Remember that time I told you we got attacked by about 14, 15 guys?
Yeah.
He is the gentleman that was with me that night. Although he didn't get a chance to tell his side of the story, I like his side better. The guy over there with the black shirt, that's Willie. He's one of my top knife fighters and stick fighters.
The guy
He's a
looking
very
away?
dangerous individual.
The guy with the gray hair looking away?
Correct.
He's very dangerous.
Very dangerous. Extremely dangerous. He's knocked people out in tournaments.
How long has Willie been doing fucking knife fighting?
Look at all those suits.
He's been with me for about eight years.
There's no suits, though. Poe, you said everyone had a suit on.
Well, some people had suits. Okay,
Is that guy in the green hat wearing a suit?
That
I
guy-
can't see from here.
No, that guy's from 52 Blocks.
Oh.
That guy looks guilty of something.
The guy on the right-hand side with the white cap, the skeleton, that's one of my students, one of my top guys. No, he didn't have a suit, but he was there to
That's
support
putting it
me.
mildly, Paul. He's wearing a shirt with a skeleton paint on it. That's a long fucking way from he doesn't have a suit. I mean, it's a vest.
I offered him.
A vest and a tie is not a suit.
I offered him one of my suits, but it wouldn't fit him.
He's dressed like one of the bad guys in fucking Karate Kid. Like he's about to beat up Danielson after a dance.
Well, now we got Big Kev on the line. Big Kev.
Hey, what's up? I just I found it a little distracting at that Poe show started at 11 o'clock, and at about 9:45 people started coming in, and you know, my guests were a little confused and a little off put by it as well. So I just wanted to chime that in a little bit. I mean, there was like flashing and pictures being taken and all that stuff, and I mean, that's all well and good. I understand all that, but it just seemed a bit distracting to be having happening so early.
I don't remember anyone taking pictures, number one. Again,
I promise you
no
it
disrespect to you, Kevin, and I apologize if I did interrupt
kind
your show.
of a lot of disrespect, actually.
Yeah, it's like much
But I
disrespect.
had
I got to call like I see it.
had-
if the guy before he's trying to do a show and there's 30, 40 people
Taking
filing
pictures.
in, that's kind of a disrespect.
once again, there was 1 hour, and I had to make sure that everyone did their paperwork before my show.
All right.
I think Poe
was excited to do his radio show.
Exactly. I think that's more excitement. A disrespect is an intent. And I think being excited and, you know, maybe not handling things right is not necessarily
Did you at least
disrespect.
tell Big Kev, look, I apologize ahead of time, but a lot of my people are coming in to see me do my first radio show. I hope it's not a distraction to you. Is there anything I can do for you? Did you make him kind of comfortable with the situation? No.
Unfortunately, he was on the show, and I didn't get a chance to speak with him.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the guys to come in so I can take care of their paperwork. Kind of difficult to take care of paperwork, take care of IDs, and prepare for the show, and also try to get in contact with your guests that are running late.
Poe, was there a mix-up with the time? AM and PM.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
All right. Explain what happened there.
I get a call in the morning, and Light Burley from the 52 Blocks organization, he called me up. He says, Master Poe, where are you? I says, what do you mean, where am I? I'm home. I'm eating breakfast. And he says, well, how come, what do you mean, you're late? I said, no, I'm not late. Where are you? He says, I'm here, I'm waiting for you. I said, Light, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. And he says, oh, you're not supposed to be here? I said, no, you're early. You're 12 hours early. So he kind of...
Something tells me that was the first time Light Burley was ever early for anything.
So is there a little tension between Danny and Master Poe?
Well, I was just kind of surprised to see that many people show up, considering that I was never made aware.
Yeah, I
by
usually
Master
like
Poe.
to communicate with Danny and tell him everybody that's coming and where they're going to be sitting. And I don't really like to leave Danny in the dark. And I know that Danny has a lot to do when he's there. He has to, you know, make sure everything's running straight. He has to make sure all the correct information is up on the data pad. And,
Yeah.
Well, I thought my pad data was quite accurate for your show.
What's that?
I said I think my pad data was quite accurate for your show.
Thanks.
Was it a bunch of Z's?
The Laszlo show or Patrice or
No.
I thought Big Kev's homoerotic fun time really set the tone for the evening.
Bad data.
And I knew that you would probably get upset, so I did change it eventually to Big Kev's Gay Treehouse.
I want to thank you for that, Danny.
You're very welcome.
Now, Master Poe wrote a rather scathing letter.
It certainly was scathing.
I would say a rather...
Yeah, Paul, what happened
Yeah,
on
this
Saturday that you had to write one of our bosses?
Would you care? Should Poe read what he wrote? Because honestly... Sure. You have an extra copy of it from MP, as I call him? MP. Now, you wrote this one, Poe.
This morning when he's...
Wait, before he reads this letter, what was your beef with Danny? Danny's like the program director of 202 on weekends.
Yes.
He's like the guy in charge. So what was the problem you had with Danny before we get into this email?
5 minutes before the show, he said extremely, with a loud tone.
No, that's not true. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, you know something? I won't defend myself. I will have the callers call in and tell exactly what happened.
Poe, I mean, that's
In
fine.
regards to that.
Okay.
Okay? In regards to that. So if you want me to read
Hold
this?
on, let Master... What did Danny say?
He said, at what point did you think 50 people were permitted in this studio?
That's not what I said, but okay, once again, go ahead.
What did he say, Dad? Well, let's see. What did you say?
My words exactly was, Poe, I find this number of people up here to be highly inappropriate. It was 30 people, and I never used the word 50, but that's fine. And and I didn't use a tone with you that was anything but what I just said.
Where did you say it?
Well, I was trying to get Poe's attention through the mountain of people that were outside because you couldn't even walk around. It was just a tsunami of bodies. And I said, Poe, because I was looking for him, and he said, yeah. And I said, when did you feel that bringing this amount of people up to the studio was going to be appropriate? And that's when I was escorted outside of this station in the hallway, where I was verbally berated for saying such things.
Now,
Now, Poe, maybe I'm remembering different facts about that evening, but did you not scream at the top of your lungs at me? So whose tone was being loud that night?
Well, like I said, I'm not going to defend myself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the
So
callers.
instead you're going to lie.
No, I said I'm going to have the callers
All
call
right,
in.
let's have callers. You
let's
know who's
have
here?
all these callers call in,
right here.
and they'll all lie.
Well, hold on. Big Kev's on the line. Big Kev.
I definitely for sure had one of my guests who heard Master Poe clear as crystal yelling like
Big Kev,
yelling very loud.
Yelling or screaming?
Well, I was told yelling, but I would think yelling is tantamount to screaming when it comes to Master Poe.
Well,
Danny, what did he... Hold on, but what did he scream at you?
He screamed. And when I say screaming, I mean screaming like the way that you'd scream at a kid for breaking like your television. He said, "Why are you trying to embarrass me in front of my friends? Why are you trying to embarrass me in front of my friends?" Just like that.
But he took you outside and did it?
Well, he took me outside, but he did give me the common courtesy of screaming into the doorway so that all of his guests, so that he could make it clear that he's the alpha male here. He's the one that's in charge. So he had to make sure not to scream at me, because you weren't even making eye contact with me, as you're not right now.
I'm just looking at the callers. I don't need to look at you, because I know the truth. I could look at you all day.
Okay, well, how about we could have Dawnie call up, because I think she was here. And,
What's Dawnie here in?
Dawnie was here. Patrick was here.
I don't know. I
Okay, wait,
guess
hold on.
so.
I think Big A was here. I'm sure he could give a call in. And
Okay, 1 second. We can have these people call in, but let's not say specific people, because Dawnie didn't hear anything.
Okay, well, let's
Okay?
have Big A
Let's
call
have
in.
everyone who was there
And maybe
that
Tax.
night.
Maybe Tax
call
wants to give a call
please.
Big Kev, I got to free up a hotline. So
Take care, Kev.
But if you have
Billy
anything, hold
Hayes is-
on. If you have anything to add, though, just call back.
Okay, this is from Patrick, who is
Dawnie's.
yeah.
Yes. Her gentleman friend.
Almost.
Gentleman friend.
Let me just
Boyfriend.
Her
pop it up here.
gentleman caller.
Says, for the record, I took no photos at XM until Poe's show was over. We were all surprised by the number of guests that were there. So I guess they were surprised at the amount of people. That wasn't a,
I was hoping it was going to continue.
factual little thing.
Would Poe have yelled? I have to ask Poe this. Now, what I saw is Danny probably came in and said something in front of people that embarrassed you. I probably would have been embarrassed too. Did you yell at him in response to that, or was there other stuff that you wanted Danny to do that he wasn't doing, or was it just in response to feeling embarrassed?
Basically, what he said in front of the guests. But again, I'm not going to defend myself in regards
Well, what
to that.
did you say?
Because
What did you say to Danny? Danny, this is...
What did you say to Danny?
I was trying to alleviate the situation.
By
I
screaming and
wanted
yelling.
him to come outside and talk about it. It was 5 minutes before my show, and I've never done a radio show before, and my show probably stunk. Okay, but that's all fine and dandy.
No problem.
I tried to do my best, and I tried to give you guys, honor as much as I could.
No one's trying to say that you didn't do your best for the radio show.
Okay, all right. And you know something, Danny?
All we're talking about is the 10 minutes before your show went on the air. No one's talking about the show or the content of the show.
It was 5 minutes before the show, and I think that it was inappropriate for you to speak to me that way.
I feel that it was inappropriate for you to not tell me that you had a 35 people guest list come upstairs.
Guess what? Steve Carlisi, who's the executive producer
Of the Opie
show,
and Anthony show, yes.
of the
Who's hiding right now, cowering in his panties somewhere.
He was well
Oh, here's
aware
Steve.
of this.
Okay,
now,
well,
can
considering
Poe-
that...
I'm
Here
sorry,
comes
Jay.
Steve. Hello.
I don't mean to interrupt, Danny. Can Poe read some of this? Because it's in Poe's voice. This is the email he
No,
wrote.
I know. We're getting to that point, Jimmy. There's still what? Well, get on mic, Steve. We're getting there, Jimmy. Trust me. This
Dan.
is good.
Yeah, I hate I hate to be the one to have to say this, but at 2:45 p.m. on the 17th, I sent you an email stating exactly how many people Poe was going to bring
That's not
up
the
here.
point, Steve. The point is that...
Oh boy, now, Steve.
See, you're just a dick, Steve, because the point is...
No, I'm not a dick.
You are a dick.
First of all,
Because...
okay, go ahead.
Because
Go
the
ahead.
point is not that Poe emailed you. The point is that he didn't email me. That's the point. I'm the one that's going to get in trouble when shit goes down here, Steve, not you. Okay, so when we have guests up here, and let's say hypothetically speaking, if something was to be broken or if a piece of equipment was not put back a correct way, I'm the one that's going to have my ass chewed out for it, and not you. Hence, I'm pissed off that I did not receive an email directly from Poe, considering that I'm the guy that has to run Saturday nights and is going to get chewed out.
Whose phone is that?
Phone's ringing? Of course it is.
A lot of phones.
So I'm the one that's going to get in trouble, Steve. So you running in here with an email? Oh, I told you. That's not the point.
Look, it is the point. We made everybody aware globally that this thing was going to have, that he was going to bring in that many people. If anybody had a problem with
Because
it,
I told you,
I understand
Steve.
that. So why are you mad at me now?
Because you run in here with an email saying, I told
But
you.
you just got done 5 minutes ago
Meanwhile,
saying you had no idea.
He's telling you the information that I gave him. He says, I have 2:45. I emailed you. Yeah,
Then
because
why would you get on a microphone
told
and
you.
tell people that you had no
Because I
idea?
heard a rumor. Because people at the bar the night before are saying, there's going to be like 30 people up there. And I'm like, are you serious?
I heard you arrived in a limo too. Is this true?
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
We've lost him.
The guy.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Did Steve... Poe probably emailed Steve. I'm only guessing because I personally would think to email Steve too, just not knowing the protocol.
This is how it went down. I heard rumors of the massive amount of people that were coming up here, and I asked Steve. I said, Steve, do you know anything about this? He asked me, and I could show you the email. He goes, I said, there's about 30 people coming upstairs on Saturday, and Steve says, is the number really that high? And I said, that's what I'm hearing. And that's when Steve then got in touch with Poe to find out about his guest list. So your point is just destroyed, basically.
It's not destroyed.
Because you're sitting there going,
Damn
I
it,
told
shut
you.
up for 2 minutes. Listen to me. Why the fuck would you get on a microphone and say that you had no idea that the fucking guy was bringing 30 people up, and then when you fully knew?
Steve, I don't know why
And
you're
I was
fighting
on
me
the
about
phone
this.
with Wicklund explaining that this was going to happen. He said, yeah, have him do paperwork on all of them.
Because the point is that he wasn't ever going to tell you, Steve. I had to tell you for you to find out about it.
But stop playing ignorant. And you don't have to get in front of me, Paul. That's insulting. All
Oh, yeah, you don't have to get in front of him, Poe.
This is
Not insulting.
All right, sit down. And explain
Yeah,
this to
Poe.
the show.
Yeah, Poe. She's not going to hit him. I was wondering why Poe was going over there.
These people are insane.
Hey, where are you going?
Steve, it's not insulting. Hold on for a second.
think I'm
Hold-
insane.
Hold on for a second. It's not insulting, okay? It's not insulting because you are 265, 75 pounds, and it's my job to make sure no one gets hurt.
240.
And honestly, with that kind of attitude, I get up. I get up. I don't care how big and bad you are. I get up. No disrespect to you, bro.
But he was actually defending
No disrespect to
Poe, he
you.
was
I
defending
was
your
actually
point.
defending your point.
I know.
Your point.
But in defending
Oh,
me,
my God.
I still have to do my job, man.
All right. So, Steve, who I thought you were a little under 265. Let's get back to the fucking exercise regimen.
Are you insulted that he said you're 265?
Slightly.
Yeah.
Like 245.
All right. So,
I gotta go to the fucking gym again.
So Steve was hollering at Danny here, and Danny was hollering at Steve.
And Paul had to get in between them.
Yeah, let's get back to the hollering.
Which is
and
done.
fucking and fucking an ethnic boy is just standing there with a camera, watching it all. I'm telling you, you're fucking Nero.
I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't mean to disrespect you, man. I really did.
It's okay, Paul.
But you did. You called him fat.
It's called. Oh, fat. Well, I'm thinking because of the muscles you have, had nothing to do with the weight.
All right, so where are we at? So
Anyway.
all right, so
I
Danny-
apologize for yelling at Danny. I'm just
And I apologize for yelling.
Danny,
at
did you almost walk out on Saturday night?
No, I didn't because I could have easily just said, well, you know what, Poe, if you're gonna treat me that way, I guess I could just run some more stuff or something. But no, I let you continue with your show, and you had your full hour.
Let's say hi to Patrick, Dawn's boyfriend. Patrick,
Hello.
Hey.
also known as Fat Opie. How are you, sir?
I am okay. How are you?
Good. You were there?
Yeah, Dawn and I were there, and
Not much to do, huh?
well, when we left the house, we were under the impression that there would probably be maybe 4 or 5 of us, including us, there watching the show. So we were a little bit surprised when we saw how many people. But for all the people that were there, people were pretty well behaved. And there were some in suits. There were some in what I would call ghetto thug wear. But everyone seemed relatively
Also known as the
quiet.
guilty.
And they were, and that's not the argument. No one's ever saying that they were rowdy or misbehaved. They behaved themselves just beautifully.
All right, did you hear any yelling?
And Danny, I was as shocked as you were when I saw the sheer volume of people, because it's like, it's a radio show. But, it was what it was,
Was it a good radio show?
I really didn't think it was too bad. It didn't bore me. It didn't lose me. I'm not into martial arts, so it's not something that I would be, prone to listen to. But I didn't think it was a bad show. I thought Poe kind of handled it well. I thought his stories were kind of interesting to listen to. I thought his guests were also sort of interesting because sometimes there was a little bit of a difference of opinion, like about patience. At one point, there was a difference of opinion between Poe and his key guest there, but it wasn't bad. It didn't lose me.
All right,
I did think that Danny someone was putting in those usses as drops. I didn't realize Poe was actually saying them.
No, those are
frequently.
all authentic usses.
Yeah, terrific for everybody.
And it really didn't occur to me until afterwards when Poe asked me into the studio to take some pictures of him with his guests. Every like 5 seconds, and I got to say, Poe, you were cracking me up with that, but that's okay.
All right, thank you, Patrick.
Thanks, man.
All right, man.
All right, we got E-Rock, who is not happy for some
What's the
reason.
matter, E-Rock?
What's up,
Was
E-Rock?
the 265 really yours?
No, Jimmy.
E-Rock knows how to tell like it is, believe it or not.
There's a couple of points here that I have a problem with. One, I didn't hear the screaming between Danny and Poe. I know Poe had taken Danny out. I was running the board here, so I couldn't leave. If Danny is saying it was that Poe was screaming at him, there are cameras right where they were, so you can go back and see what exactly was going on.
That'd be great.
And number two, the other problem I had with this is that weren't we all told nothing is supposed to happen outside of that door because the building is ready to shit on us at any moment, and then somebody gets drawn out there to have an argument? If one of the superintendents or the maintenance people were in there and said, hey, there was a thing on the 5th floor right outside XM, that's all they need. Doesn't matter what it was, but we were specifically told the end of last week nothing is to go on outside of that door anymore. And what just happened on Saturday?
Well, you know something? 5 minutes before a show that I've never done before in my entire life, and possibly never will do again.
That who let you do, also.
Not possible.
1 second.
I think
I'm
he
not arguing that. Okay. If something happened, for me to direct
Steve.
this argument
Angry
to
Steve
a
ruled.
room is kind of difficult. I mean, I tried to do whatever I could to handle the situation based on the minimal amount of time available. But mind you, there was not one incident that evening. Now, I had the most people ever in any time that you had these guests here, and whenever you guys had a show here and there was maybe like 5 or 6 or 10 people, whatever the case may be, there was more problems on those evenings than my evening.
Okay, but
correct?
Paul, that's not the point of what I brought up. The point was we were specifically told
you brought the most people, you win.
Well, no, actually, I didn't know that I was going to have 30 people. Just 30.
Did you really come in a limo?
Yes, my buddy, as I told you, Ty Rodriguez, he picked me up in a limo, and he said that this is your night. He took all the guests out. There was about 30. There was about 30 guests.
Hold on, he's just doing a little bit of fucking twins. Tonight's your night, bro.
Tonight is your night.
You're making me nervous. Okay, so your friend picked you up from your place in a limousine,
and he took all 30 guests out to dinner.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Wait, what does this guy do? Was he a fucking heroin smuggler? Oh, okay.
Stocks.
Wait, the karate guy, Ty?
So why don't he take that money to help you reopen your school, man?
He's not a karate guy. He's just a street fighter.
Wait, dude, but you need money to reopen your school, so fuck taking everyone out to dinner. That's your school right there.
Right, I understand that, but
that ought to be a couple of G's.
2,000.
Yeah, there you go.
$1,985.
Where did he take you guys? To fucking Morton's? I would have thrown a burger down everybody's face.
Oh, hi, who's this? Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Somebody on the line. He was there. Hello.
Speak.
You.
Speak.
It's not a name. Good. Bye.
Good day, sir.
All right. So, Poe, you wrote an email.
Yeah.
This is where I get bummed out. Isn't there honor in the martial arts?
Yes, there is.
So why would you rat one of our guys out to the boss? Couldn't you guys handle this between yourselves?
I know.
This has been going on for a very long time.
Yeah, I think it's been going on since the time he tried to get me fired. Actually, about two years ago.
Why did you try to get Danny fired?
I don't remember.
Because I didn't. I was busy editing, some audio for the show, and I couldn't take 2 seconds out of my day to fucking fist pound him. And he thought that was disrespectful, so he wrote another 6-page email trying to.
Yeah, why did you?
Whoa, that's untrue. What are you talking about? That's untrue. What are you talking about?
Oh, I remember being told that I had to apologize to you because I was being short with you.
I don't know anything about that. You know something? You want to get this on the table? Marcelino, get inside here, please.
I remember it quite well.
Let's get inside here.
We got Travis
Let's get inside here, Marcelino.
Marcelino, why does he need to be involved in any of this?
Well, he has...
Between me and you, Paul. Marcelino has nothing to do with it.
Well, then if it's between you and I, Travis is going to come in here on your defense.
Yeah, I never called him as a witness.
It's absolutely true because you did the same thing to me. Because I didn't have 5 seconds to print out some of your paperwork because I was doing audio editing. You wrote a letter to HR saying that I was disrespectful and I was, not respecting security measures and that there was an urgent security issue going on.
Okay, well,
your paperwork is your problem. I can't be bothered when I have prep to do for the show.
Was that when you were an intern?
Yeah, that's when I was an intern.
Okay, well, I don't remember that.
Well, you conveniently don't remember any of these incidents.
Wait a second.
How convenient is that?
Okay, so what you're saying is that you're bringing out all the incidents on me, but everything that you guys have done is okay?
Paul, the point is that
the point is what?
No, listen,
the point is what? You guys team up on everyone here, and every time something happens, you rip them apart because you guys stick together like pussies.
The point,
is that it?
Like pussies?
No, you talk. Go ahead.
See, this is exactly the yelling. See, this is the yelling that happened.
The point is, is that you run around and write everybody up. Do you realize how many times we could go to HR on you, but we don't?
Yeah, sleepyhead.
Go ahead, say it.
Sleepyhead.
Whoa, what's say it? What's sleepyhead? Say it. Go to HR. Do what you have to do.
Because I don't go to HR. Because I don't do that.
But I didn't go to HR. The email went in-house. You're the one who brought it on radio. In-house.
That's terrific, Paul. You know what? The only time I've ever written an email about you was Saturday. Because it annoyed me to the point that I actually had to.
And everything you did that day annoyed me as well.
Well, by giving you a radio show and you disrespect me by bringing 30 people up here without emailing me first? All you had to do was email me and say, hey.
When you left, fuck him in front of Billy Hayes. Billy Hayes was right there. You walked out.
I don't know who the fuck Billy Hayes is. Who are you talking?
Everyone knows who Billy Hayes is.
Billy Hayes is legendary.
I don't know Billy Hayes.
That's right. Hey, Billy called the show.
That's right. La Machine.
Because he was there. La Machine called the show.
You know why I left, Paul? Because your shift was over. It was 12 o'clock, and you still thought you were doing a show.
Wait, what did Mars have to do with this? Why did you want to bring in Mars? Because Poe has very few character
All right,
witnesses.
let's bring Mars in. We got E-Rock, yes.
Poe, just one Poe, over here.
Go ahead,
just
bro.
One quick thing. When you're saying about your emails being in-house or whatever, you realize you're sending them on a corporate email to everybody else on corporate emails. You don't think they document this stuff down in D.C.?
Well, anything that happens, I have to give it to Bruce.
I understand that,
Bruce
but
is
you're
my
saying
boss.
you're saying that you didn't send it out to everybody. You're saying it was an in-house email. On a corporate email system, it's already there. It's going to be there for God knows how long. They could pull it up at any time. So it wasn't a private email, in-house meaning this facility here in New York. They have it. You just don't realize what you're doing.
Well, yes, I do. I sent it to only individuals. If it's on the server and someone happens to go look for it, I can't help
But
that.
if it goes to your direct boss or to your boss's boss, you don't think it's going to be passed around to everybody else saying, wow, this could be an issue. We should send it to HR. We should send it to somebody else. Everyone has copies of this.
All right, we got Mars in studio.
Marcelino had something?
Oh, wait, I got to turn on another mic now? Holy shit.
I know, it's a fucking busy day.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Please isolate that.
We need that clip.
For every problem we have with electrical equipment.
Can I set the arena? Can I set
Go
it?
ahead. I don't know. I don't know. What
Okay. What's happening is Danny and I obviously had a problem. Okay.
I don't have a problem.
Travis, excuse me.
All right, I do.
Travis ran in here in his defense, and he started complaining for additional stuff
I
that
can take on
happened
Travis. I
2
can fight
years
him.
ago, which I don't remember any of that stuff.
You want me to fight Travis?
Pardon me?
You want me to fight Travis?
No, I don't want you to fight Travis.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything that you could add in regards to the attitudes and the discrepancies that goes on within this studio?
That's pretty broad.
It is, isn't
very
it?
broad. Can you help me out with?
Let's start with Danny, being that he's in the seat.
Oh, Danny's hot-tempered. Yeah.
In what sense?
He gets angry.
Give me an example. I'm sorry, Opie, is it okay?
Yeah.
Give me
we're
an
enjoying
example.
this. I've seen him blow his top.
Would you say he's blown his top once, twice?
A few times.
3 times a lady.
Okay. Within the last 3 years, what? 3 times? I mean, that's sometimes we get a little aggravated.
Right. I'll say about that.
You
Three
did,
times?
and you did that. You did 3 times in the last 10 minutes, Paul. So what's your point? You just blew your top 3 times in 10 minutes. I don't see where you're going with this at all.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to discuss about Danny?
Yeah, why don't you wrap me out, Mars?
In regards to his attitude towards people? Is there anything that you want to add?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, because this is not. It's Povember. You know, it's all on you.
There's a defense.
Forgot about that.
I don't. No, I don't. I have nothing.
So he has his shields on, huh?
You know, there's been incidents. There was one
We've had some. We've had
Yeah,
you know our
when
things,
you
but
called me-
it's nothing. It's nothing but you know. I mean, that's what happens in any friendship. You know, people go through their rough spots, and I find Mars to be a good friend of mine. We talk every day and we have fun.
So the big issue is Poe brought a lot of people in. You didn't like that, Danny. Or really?
Well, you know, I just felt a little disrespect. I mean, since we're talking about honor and respect, I thought that maybe I could have an email
Right.
saying, hey, is it cool if I bring 30 people upstairs? And I would have said, well, no, I don't know, let me check. And then that would have been the end of the story. And I felt that my comments to you, Poe, were quite justified, being that, you know, I felt that was an inappropriate amount of people to bring upstairs. And I did not raise my voice when I asked you that. And you did. And there's tons of proof. And I just felt that was just a very disrespectful and inappropriate way to talk to me.
Did the other people hear you say that to Poe?
A couple might have. It's not like I was screaming it, as Poe suggests that I was.
I was right outside in this section here, and everyone was here. And yes, everyone did hear what happened. My students heard.
Oh, my God. Really? Did they?
XM. Yeah, they did.
Oh, shoot.
Well, you know something? Forget about my students, because honestly, they don't listen to XM. They don't have the radio. Some of them do, some of them don't. But you know something? Billy Hayes, who's very well respected from this show.
Fuck Billy Hayes.
We'll call in and he'll say exactly what happened that night. If you could get him on the phone, let him talk.
All right, and I'll just pull security footage of you screaming at me. What's the point? I have a fucking video camera that'll just spill it out right there.
I think Poe forgot about the security.
Poe doesn't seem to
footage.
realize that I'm sitting here calm and collected, and Poe is just being nothing but defensive. I have nothing to worry about
I'm
because
not being
I know.
defensive.
Poe, shush. Sorry?
I said shush.
Sorry?
I said
That's
shush.
not common. That's
Because you're interrupting me, Paul.
Well, you were interrupting me before, too. Come
You
on,
got
Danny.
us and he's got shush.
Yes, shush.
I
Can
like
he have
that.
shush if you have us?
Absolutely.
Shush. What is Sleepyhead all about?
Well, if we want to go there, we can go there. I guess.
Poe?
Well, he said some things about you.
Are you
It's
implying
only
that
fair.
Poe is sleepy on the job or slugs around? I always see Poe as
I mean, you
alert
know.
when I get here.
Get Mike on the show. He'll call.
Here comes E-Rock. E-Rock's
Mike
not
who?
shy. This is where E-Rock shines. Go ahead, E.
Yeah, and please also, for the record, note that I'm not calling anyone over for defense. I'm perfectly capable of handling this by myself.
No, that's good.
Go ahead.
Look, I'm probably the only one here who kind of likes Poe, and I get along with
Thank you, Eric.
I love the kind of part.
No, believe me, he's the only one that kind of likes you. You guys are adrift in a boat together. You have to like each other.
You better stick together. That's all you have.
This is
So-
Paul
Go
Vember.
ahead, E-Rock.
I love Paul Vember.
there has been times over the past few years that have been documented where Poe has either been sleeping or watching martial arts DVDs or sleeping while watching martial arts DVDs and looking for chess pieces and I think making interns vacuum and some other little things like that. So this has happened on more than one occasion to the point where if we still have it, there could be a nice reel of footage of this stuff. A blooper reel. But we've never complained about any of that stuff before.
They don't write emails, Paul. Big A. Let's get him on the line.
We just take
What's
videos.
that music in the background? What is that?
Perry Mason.
Perry Mason.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Trying to get to the bottom of this, Jimmy. You need Perry
I
Mason.
thought I heard
music.
something.
Big A, what's up?
I was there. Hey, Paul. Big A.
That's Danny.
So, in your opinion, who do you think started everything on Saturday?
And please say, I think. Wait, how we worked the.
He doesn't have a problem with STRs, though.
All right, go ahead there.
Anytime.
I think it was just an awkward position, you know. Honestly, I think it was just very awkward because you were trying to do your job, and Mr. Poe was trying, you know, to do what he had to do.
What did he have to do, Big A?
He had to collect all.
He was cleaning up his own mess because he brought way
I'm
too
sorry,
many people here?
Are you allowing him to talk?
I was just clarifying his statement.
Big A?
You realize that you wouldn't be running around having to fill out paperwork for 30 people if you didn't invite 30 people.
It was accepted by Steve Carlisi.
I'm just saying, Paul. That's just a fact.
Well,
That's,
again,
I never said it wasn't.
And
it
who's
was
Steve
accepted by
Carlisi
Steve.
again?
He's the executive producer of the Opie and Anthony show.
Shut up! Shut up, let me talk! That's Steve
And according to
Carlisi.
page 2 of this email,
Please get me that sound.
Eric Nagel is also the executive producer.
All right. Big A, anything else you could add? Because we want to get to the email, finally.
I mean, anything else? How about anything?
Yeah.
Actually, I think Mr. Poe's show was good.
Thanks for adding.
Whose fault was the argument?
Did you hear the argument, Big A?
No.
I really, no, I didn't, because I was on the other side of the bleachers.
So there's no reason for
So
you to
why'd you call?
Your Honor, I'd like to ask this witness to step down off the stand.
They called me.
Yeah.
Who called you?
Was Travis or?
All right, listen, if you remember anything, call us back. We got to move on here. All right, we got so then this has gotten to the point where Master Poe felt like he needed to write a email to his boss.
Poe, Poe should read some of it is in his voice.
I'm not a big fan of the emails to bosses like this, Poe. I think we could work this shit out among ourselves. Who's reading this?
Poe, I think Poe should. That's my opinion, just because.
All right, Poe, go ahead.
I don't want to get yelled at for it.
You want to read it from the very beginning?
Yeah, in Poe's words. Let's go. To Bruce and to pretty much me, Steve, Eric, Anthony.
And me.
And Mars, for some reason.
Mars and Jimmy.
On November 17th, 2007, I arrived at XM Studios at approximately 10 p.m., knowing that my show, The Arena, was set to air at 11 p.m. You sure you want me to read this?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, what's the big deal?
I would say yes.
If you don't want to, we'll read it.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
My guests consisted of fans, students, friends, and guests of theirs. Although the show was scheduled at 11 p.m., I had but 1 hour to get everyone seated and to prepare the necessary paperwork the guests needed to fill out.
Can I correct you there that putting the but is unnecessary? I had but 1 hour. It sounds almost Shakespearean. It's not necessary. Go ahead.
Why would you come in like at 9 o'clock to get all this shit done, by the way?
The limo hadn't arrived yet.
We've been doing this for years. We come in an hour early just to try to prepare for the show.
You do?
Yeah, Jimmy.
Oh, okay, 10 off.
We do, actually.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay.
Is that why you guys always in the office when I get there? I always expect to see you on the elevator on the way up.
Such a motherfucker. All right, continue, Paul.
Okay, I'm not going to say that part again. But in addition to this process, I had to collect all IDs and make sure there was not one threat within the room. This was accomplished without incident.
Okay, it's good that the IDs told you that as opposed to that they were people you invited.
Not dealing with a smart one, but go ahead, Paul. Continue.
I love Povember. However, once my guests, consisting of hardcore O&A and Ron and Fez fans, characters of these shows, my advanced students, and... Something else I said wrong?
No, I just find it funny.
Okay, good. My advanced students and friends were seated. An outburst was brought out in front of all my guests, all these guests. One Danny Ross came out and embarrassed me by saying in a very loud tone...
Imagine if there was two of me, how loud it would have been.
Yeah.
Well, that was a bit of a Rod Serling type of thing. One Danny Ross.
Danny Ross.
Go ahead.
Now, when did you think 50 people was permitted in the studio?
That's not. Then you put me in quotes here, and I've noticed that I've been misquoted.
Okay, I'll continue.
And was it a loud tone?
Yes.
Danny?
No, it was in a tone that consisted of. I could just read.
All right, close your eyes and read.
All right, let me get
Go back to Saturday.
Poe.
Yeah.
Why did you think it was appropriate to bring this many people up into the studio?
Yeah, it was a little louder than that.
Perhaps a bit louder than that. But no, it wasn't. It was really just
within
about
that range. Okay.
Well, just to let you know, when the guests did leave, they did feel very bad that it happened, and they were upset.
Why don't you reenact the way that you yelled at me?
Let him have
you want
it.
to do that?
No, again,
you sure?
I don't need to reenact anything.
Okay.
I'd love to hear a reenactment.
No kidding.
I want to see a reenactment of Steve yelling at Danny. God, that was the best.
He'll try to do that in post and he'll fuck it up. He'll just do it wrong. Why don't you shut up?
Shut up!
All right, let's go.
Shut up!
Shut up! He's like the Grim Reaper in fucking Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. Shut up! Okay,
I love that Steve outburst, man. It's the best. Oh, what, you got it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, can I hear it, please?
Shut up for 2 minutes!
I want that. Fucking Steve.
No one took him seriously. We all started laughing at him. All right, go ahead. The total number of guests were approximately 30. Let's go.
This is a very long email.
Yes, I understand.
The gem.
I attempted to take him outside, away from my guests, to resolve this matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
He, meaning Danny, was very unprofessional, and there was no reason why he could not have pulled me to the side and confront me with this alleged problem. I could not have. Instead, he chose to do this outside of the main studio, just 5 minutes before I was scheduled to go on. It should be noted that Steve Carlisi, the executive producer of the Opie and Anthony Show, is well aware of the guests that were scheduled to come in that evening. Once outside, I wanted Danny and I to resolve this, knowing my show was in 5 minutes and my guest talent was running late. I wanted to move forward, and he was adamant in his decision. He then tells me that I can't talk to him that way because he is not an intern, and fuck Steve Carlisi.
Fuck Steve Carlisi.
Oh, you better get Steve back in here.
Wait, who said fuck Steve Carlisi?
Danny.
Well, he's taking my words out of context.
Okay.
The context of fuck Steve.
Oh, hold on.
I didn't use his full name.
Did you mean it literally?
All right, I didn't get
like,
the whole.
fuck Steve Carlisi.
It's in quotes. I didn't get all the quote in. He then tells me that I can't talk to him that way because he is not an intern, and fuck Steve Carlisi because he does not run this end. I do.
You just
My response to him was not of a calm nature. Long way to say I screamed.
Yeah, I screamed at him.
But
This is
where's
Poe
Steve?
now. Poe writes, my response to him was not of a calm nature. Realizing a resolution was not to be reached as he would not move from his adamant behavior, I then went back into XM and into the studio and sat in my chair with that argument on my mind. On my mind.
If I was off, and believe you me, I was. Jesus, Poe. It was due to an unwarranted verbal attack and utmost unprofessional display of childish behavior from an individual who should have addressed this issue in a reasonable fashion by pulling me aside prior to an outburst.
Why couldn't you pull me aside? Why couldn't you say, Poe, come in the office for a second? And I would have listened to you intently. I would have listened to you intently, and no matter what you said, I would have listened to it and honored it and respected it.
Us.
Oh, that's good. I would have.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Danny said, fuck Steve Carlisi.
Yeah.
Shut up for 2 minutes.
What?
I get to write Danny's review at the end of the year. So,
All right.
God, a lot's coming out today. I love this.
Oh, way to hit him hard, Steve.
All right.
well, I did, but will actually.
All right, go ahead, Danny.
All right.
So, to address you, Poe, I wasn't expecting to see such a flurry of people when I left the producer booth. So, now, why did you feel the need to scream at me almost at the top of your lungs in response?
Well, I don't remember that.
Really?
However, if Steve told me that 30 was not permitted...
There's a lot of things you don't remember.
If Steve tells me that... If he told me that it was not permitted, then I wouldn't have brought 30. I would have made some phone calls and say, look, you won't be able to come down to the show.
I never said that you weren't allowed to bring people up here.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that Steve said that you couldn't bring people up here.
Right, and I didn't know exactly how many people were coming. Seriously, I didn't.
Poe, I felt, my opinion, I felt that it was an inappropriate amount of people to bring upstairs. Those were my words on Saturday, and those are my words today. I feel that this is an inappropriate amount of people to bring upstairs.
Can I ask a question something I'm confused about? Because, again, I wasn't privy to all this. You knew people were coming up. You knew it was going to be about 30 because Steve told you.
No, because I heard through the rumors that there was going to be a lot of people up
the email
here.
from Steve?
But then Steve emailed you, so you guys kind of confirmed there was going to be 30. You kind of knew it.
I heard on a rumor that there was going to be a lot of people.
Is it email a rumor?
Excuse me, Poe.
Hold on, so you knew there was going to be a lot of people, okay?
So I informed Steve. I said, hey, Steve, I think there's going to be a lot of people up here.
And then Steve confirmed
And then Steve then called Poe to confirm.
Okay, so Poe, and just play devil's advocate, Poe did what he thought was the right channel, which was kind of to confirm with somebody that he had a lot of people coming up here. He knew it was going to be more than normal, so he did go to Steve. So as far as Poe knew, he kind of covered his bases. Did you react that way to him? I'm not speaking for you, but I'm thinking he was mad just because you knew people were coming up and then still scolded him in front of his guests.
Well, when I was running Big Kev's board in the producer booth, so you don't really have a nice vantage point. You might want to put that on vibrate. I didn't have a real good vantage point out of the producer studio, so when you open the door and you look out and just see a mountain of people.
Call the show.
Who was that?
Finished?
Billy Hayes.
Oh, that was
so when you see just a flurry of people, you kind of I was looking at the situation going, this is a little much, and it kind of annoyed me that I didn't get a direct email from Poe about it, considering that let's say hypothetically speaking, someone broke a TV or a microphone got busted. Steve's not the guy that's going to hear about it. It's going to be me.
This is about Danny.
I'm starting
and Poe.
to see this whole thing.
This is not about Poe bringing people up.
No, it's
this is about you not liking Poe.
Yeah, you don't like Poe for what he did in the past, and this was your opportunity to get him back.
No, I just felt that it was a disrespectful thing to do, and I wasn't told. I mean, I wasn't told directly from Poe that there was going to be 30 people.
Did you, in a way, if you knew there was going to be 30 people, even though he hadn't told you directly, why not talk to him at another time about it, as opposed to in front of his guests?
Well, because there is no time. Because there's no.
Sorry, Dad. Please vibrate.
I'm sorry.
Your phone's still ringing.
This isn't phone. I don't know.
I'm thinking, listening to all this, that Danny does have a valid point about being so many people in the studio, regardless if they're well behaved, and even if stupid Steve Carlisi knew about it.
I'm sorry, it's a new phone. I don't know how to use this.
Three people said to put
He
it on
all of a
vibrate.
sudden is the responsible party in there. No matter what anyone else knows, says, does, or anything, if something fucks up, Danny
My
gets the
ass.
fucking head chopped
My
off.
ass.
So it's really his decision and his call.
Who's calling you, Paul?
Every single guest that was here that night is calling.
But I agree with you. But my only question is, if he already knew, if Danny knew, like, why not cut it off in the... This is why I think it's about more than that. If I would be completely on Danny's side if Poe had just all of a sudden said there was going to be a couple people and then 30 people showed up and then he's going, what the fuck? What if one of these guys breaks some equipment?
Yeah.
Of course. You can't have your head on the line for it.
Sure.
But
it's even a little more than that too, Jim, because not only was there people, out in the little viewing area, but there was just random people walking in and out of this studio. There were people, I had no idea who anybody was. There was at least 2 people taking video and or still pictures. You had a couple of guys in here, Poe, that I got to tell you, I'd classify them as undesirables.
Well,
And,
that was the arena. That was the arena, and unfortunately, these guys have gone through their experiences, and yes, they were in prison, but that's exactly what the show is about, to get the badasses of this world on the show.
Up into a multi-million-dollar studio.
You know something? I can tell you this, that they were very respectful.
I never said that they weren't.
They were respectful to the establishment. They were respectful to the people out here. They had conversations with all of my guests, including the grandmasters who have been in martial arts for God knows how many years, and they themselves responded by saying, wow, these guys, although they were in prison
2 or 3 years,
These prison fighters really got something going on.
Yeah, they do. As a matter of fact, they do. They're extremely well talented.
I think the mix of people wasn't safe. I'm now seeing it more Danny's way. You got guys that were in prison and just regular listeners that have Opie and Anthony shirts on. One of those guys could have been killed.
No, I think Paul was the common... I think out of respect for Paul, they were all going to act a certain way.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely. They're in the martial arts. They're not up here. It's not like he's doing a rap show and he's just got fucking thugs up. These are guys he knows from the scene.
All right, let's get back to the email.
Martial artists.
So where are we? All right, if I was off, and believe you me, I was, it was due to an unwarranted verbal attack, an utmost unprofessional display of childish behavior from an individual who should have addressed this issue in a reasonable fashion by pulling me aside prior to an outburst. At no time were there any problems with my guests, nor did they show any form of disrespect towards XM's property, the show, the staff, or the building. In addition, my lifelong childhood friend who I grew up with took it upon himself to treat all the fans that came to the show by paying for their dinner and picking me up by limousine. My people have respect for who I am and represent. I was appalled that my friend, his wife, son, and their friends had to see this outburst.
Which outburst are you referring to? Mine or the one where you were screaming at me in the hall? Just to clarify that.
I'm sure it would be yours.
Mine, okay, cool.
I kept my composure and took in many deep breaths because I knew that the show was about to begin and I needed to forget and redirect that incident to where it would not hinder the first radio show of my life.
You forgot one key word, though. First, comma, last.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know something, Danny? I don't think you can make that decision.
Really?
That's right.
Who was the one to give you the show in the first place?
You know something? Probably you did. But, you had to go to someone to get the final answer.
That's actually completely untrue.
You didn't ask Opie and Anthony?
No.
I think, wouldn't he have to go to Steve Carlisi, executive producer of the Opie and Anthony show?
Maybe he would have.
Shut up for 2 minutes!
I really love just the parallels of Steve. Like, on one end, you have him making those little babies sound like... and then that.
Shut up for 2 minutes!
Yeah, that is quite the
And they both represent the package
juxtaposition.
that becomes an idiot.
All right, so now...
Poe, do you think, let me just ask you one thing, my opinion, and this might be a little personal. Do you think it was wise maybe to have convicted felons around my sister?
Oh, wow.
They were...
Because they weren't really... You were the security guy, but you were doing a show. So who was actually making sure that nothing would
no one got
happen?
8 of my students who are quite advanced. Made sure nothing happened.
Just, you know,
Were they
a
looking
little
out for
protective of
Anthony's
my
sister?
sister if something happened out there.
Do you know that I told my students, I said, this is what you need to do. You need to make sure that nothing happens. I don't want to see liquor or anything, you know,
Be like
any problems.
a cookout in East New York or something, you know? You never know. Those things go fine, and then 2 seconds later, the cops are showing up.
Anthony was very respectful. My guys were
How many years in prison?
One guy, 20 years.
For what?
20 years.
For what?
Jaywalking.
Drugs?
Drugs.
Did he learn if he's a prison fighter?
Yes.
He's a bad dude then.
Yeah. 52 blocks is the art. It's called 52 blocks.
Let's give him a plug.
I seen it when I was 15 years old, and it's quite effective. Very effective. Consists of elbows.
Yeah,
and
it consists of
headbutts.
elbows because you have to learn how to fight with cuffs on.
Yeah, that's right.
That sounds like a pretty respectable and admirable form of fighting.
You want to know something? What they did when they were getting in trouble and going to jail, that's entirely up to them. However, they're out of jail. They paid their price to society, and now they're out and they're trying to...
Now they're teaching other people how to fight with cuffs.
No, they're trying to
I get
teach
it.
children.
Were there
How to
guns?
fight with cuffs on.
Were there guns up here Saturday?
No, sir.
How do you know these guys?
I looked them up in the internet and I did some research.
Oh my God! Well, that's a rough one, Paul. I'm with you.
Yeah. Wait, how long have you known these guys that were in jail?
That was called, they were casing the joint.
I didn't know them.
Wow, your whole fucking...
I didn't know
you
them.
just got destroyed.
Wait a minute.
No, wait a second.
How many guys came
Hold
up
on.
that were...
The
Hold
one
on for a
thing
second.
I'll tell you about me, Jimmy and Ant, you know, we're good listeners and we're good judges here. Wow, you lost the whole panel.
Hold on for 1
We
second.
thought you knew these guys forever.
Yeah, I thought
No.
that too. How many guys from jail? Let me just walk you through.
I sat down with them and I interviewed them for a couple of hours.
That makes up for 20 years in the joint.
But that was the
Gentlemen,
the
I went
premise.
to Craigslist.
How many guys did you have up that you did?
I looked up
Just 2
furniture
guys.
and convicts.
Okay, so you had 8. Paul had 8 of his students, and 2 guys you didn't know.
That
From
did
jail. Who
Did
could-
it combined how many years?
All right, let me ask another thing. Were the 2 prisoners, ex-cons, wanded when they came in?
Were they what?
Were they wanded when they came
I checked them. They didn't have anything.
Wait, how'd you check them?
My hands.
You frisked that.
Sure, of course I did.
Wait, Poe, but they've been in prison. They could shove some stuff up their poop chute.
They didn't have any weapons.
Thanks.
Didn't have any weapons.
Because I would think maybe you might feel that would be disrespectful toward them to frisk them.
No. They didn't have any weapons, and they were very
you didn't
respectful.
know these guys. You
Met them on Craigslist.
You looked them up on the fucking internet. That's scary shit.
Okay, but wait a second, Opie. You have guests that come in, and some comedians you know, and some people
They're not.
understood. But okay,
Deadly
but we're talking about a
comedians.
different arena. We're talking about a different show altogether. My show consists of survival. My show consists of martial arts, street fighting, and I'm not going to get people that.
This is your mistake, though, Poe. Listen to me. I understand that it's your show and all, but to like mix like guys that you barely know from the internet that did 20 years in the joint with like regular fans and Aunt's sister, you kind of lost us.
I'll say this,
You
though.
kinda lost
This
us.
got me back a little bit. The fact there were 2 guys. For a minute there, I thought there was like 9 guys he didn't know. 2 guys, and to me, Paul brought 8 students. Now, the gun thing is certainly... But I kind of see it like... These are guys that are probably not going to cause a problem. They're there for a fighting style that they're known for. It's almost like Marvin Hagler, who did become a champion, but he's an ex-con.
Right.
Like a lot of guys go to jail, learn to fight, and then come out.
I would have like kept the fans away then,
Maybe.
because it is a touchy situation. I understand having them on the show
Right.
and learning about them, but to have fans mixed in with that when you're the security guard and you're not doing the security detail because you're doing the show, that's a little shaky.
What was the other guy in the
And
joint
that's
for?
the answer to your question, by the way. We decided a long time ago we do need security for that very thing. Hence, you're around here and Kenny's around here, making sure nothing goes wrong.
What was the other guy in the joint for?
Just drugs.
Just drugs.
Both were drugs?
Yes.
20 years.
20 years for the one guy,
No.
how many for the other?
No, he was in and out.
Oh, that's all right.
These are hardcore guys. Fucking, they're convicts.
Fucking A. All right, where are we with the email? You took your deep breaths, right?
Yeah, deep breaths.
Where it wouldn't hinder the first radio show of my life. In closing, my guest approached me afterwards and were completely embarrassed for me about this incident. Were they really? What did they say to you?
I can't believe you yelled at him like that.
Aren't they used to like yelling and screaming and shanking and?
Well, there are guys who are used to be. If you disrespect them, if you disrespect a guy like that, the way they handle it is through barbarism and violent. They're violent guys, man.
No.
They handle that shit. That's what this email to me is. Because Paul and Danny don't like each other. To me, this email is Danny's jaw staying hinged.
Right.
This is meaning like his way of posing. And I'm not knocking you, Paul. I like you. But Paul's way of handling something like this is probably through brute fucking force.
Good mouth fucking.
At best.
Right.
At best. But Poe's instinct.
But it's to teach a lesson, so there's nothing gay about it.
Poe's instinct
How
is to
close
be
did he
savage.
get to a good mouth fucking?
No, I wouldn't touch him.
Not you, one of your convicts.
No one would touch him.
But you know what I'm saying, though? In that world, with the way these guys operate, which is through being physically fucking... They're brutes, man. Their way of handling it is a fucking savage ass beating.
It's a shame that Sam didn't come that night because he was supposed to videotape.
E-Rock. He was scared.
That's all right. You had two other people that were doing it for you. I'm sure everything worked out in the end.
I didn't have anyone videotaping.
E-Rock?
Poe, you just said that these convicts you had interviewed before you brought them into the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were these the same guys you brought in late at night and had Buddy from the High Standards channel help you engineering the interview in the other studio?
Correct.
So, all right, you're saying you interviewed these guys to make sure they were okay to bring onto the show and bring to this facility by bringing them to this facility before to interview them to see if they were okay to bring back
to the facility.
Well, I was there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was the one interviewing them.
Okay.
I'm in charge of security, and I could handle whatever, could have happened, but they were very respectful, and we spoke. We had coffee with each other, and we talked about their experiences, which is pretty bad.
All right.
Can I let me just ask you a question then? If you brought them here to do the interview and had it recorded here, you had asked me for the digital recorder to do some interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you just use that and do it outside of the facility and then determine they were okay to bring up here?
I was having difficulty with that.
All right, listen, I gotta move this along. Matt from Queensbury.
Matt, the fucking linebacker.
Matt LaFleur. He writes, Poe's interview. Poe, will you do anything bad if I have you in the studio? Thug number 1, no. Thug number 2, no. Poe, welcome to the arena.
No, here's how it went. Thug number 1, no. Thug number 2, yeah, motherfucker, elbow. No, I mean, no.
All right, wow, this is where E-Rock better get back in here. In closing, my guest approached me. Okay. After the show was completed, I approached Eric Nagel, a.k.a. E-Rock, the executive producer for that evening. He's above you?
This is news to me.
Thanks, Paul.
I thanked him for assisting me and also for the way he treated all my guests. I asked E-Rock if I was out of line, and E-Rock replied, no.
Ooh. Also, I didn't hear the screaming like I stated before.
Wow.
I saw Poe take Danny outside. I was busy running this
There's
board
the backpedaling.
And that, no, it's not backpedaling, because he came in and he said, Danny, and I knew Danny was a little hot based on the situation.
Ew.
And he goes, was I out of line?
Eric, I'm a lot hot, okay?
Collar, was he? Sorry.
Don't touch
Grab
me
his
there.
cock.
No.
Just grab it.
He said, was I out of line? Because I thought it was just a regular argument. And I said, no, you weren't. Then, stop. When I found out later on from Danny that how bad it was, that was a difference.
I will always be grateful to Eric and consider him to be a professional to a level that XM should be proud of.
But before that, he writes, for further information, contact Eric Nagel direct.
Well, Danny, excuse me.
Like Eric Nagel direct is his name.
Eric did say that Danny has done this before.
What Eric?
What are you talking about?
Eric?
Do you know how long I've been doing the Saturday Night Virus for over a year without incident. This is my very first incident. Without incident.
Eric, well, hold on now. Eric?
Okay.
Danny's done what before?
When Poe was referencing Danny, has Danny yelled and exploded before? Yes, he has. We all have.
Everybody gets mad.
We get mad. What he's talking about, embarrassing him in front of his fans and friends and his guests here, that's not what I meant about him doing this before. He hasn't done that to Bob Kelly or Patrice or anybody else who does their shows here. Has he blown up at me and yelled about stuff? Has he blown up at Steve? Yes, you've seen that. He does that sometimes, but we work through it. So when I did say, yes, he's done this before, it's true, and that's why I said don't quote me on that because it could be taken out of context. I said if they want to talk to me, tell them they can talk to me.
All right.
Shut up for 2 minutes!
Anything else, Hedgehog?
My new favorite.
Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic. Sonic has... I mentioned to Eric that Steve was well aware of everything and there was not going to be a problem. I just had to make sure the paperwork was thoroughly completed. He at no time did not see a reason to confront me with a complaint, nor was he having little outbursts thereafter. I will always be grateful to Eric and consider him to be a professional to a level that XM should be very proud of. Everyone was a witness to Danny's outburst, and I will not stand by, and allow this behavior to go unnoticed.
Nor will I.
Respectfully submitted, Master Poe. But so far, no one really heard Danny's outburst.
Cockmeat! Nothing but cockmeat!
Well, you're not getting Billy Hayes on the phone, and I don't know why he was supposed to call.
Because he's not a rat.
Well, if you're talking so highly of this of Billy. I don't know Billy personally, but I mean, if you want him on the phone so bad, I could only imagine he's going to take your side, Poe. I mean, we're not exactly getting a third party here.
All right,
I could call one of my best friends too and have him, go to bat for me.
The people that were there was Mike. Mike and Heather were there.
Okay, I'm sure they could call in.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them.
Sure they could.
All right, let's say hi to John in Smithtown. John.
Hey, how you doing, Anthony? Opie, I'm sorry. At what point did Poe think that it was safe to bring in 2 convicted felons with the assholes that are the Opie and Anthony listeners?
Hey, John, don't embarrass Poe in front of his friends.
He's
you
not
could
embarrassing
pull
me.
him aside and ask him that.
Check it out.
All right, thank you. Let's say Carl. Hey, Carl from Florida. What's up?
Yeah, come on.
Go ahead, Carl.
How you guys doing?
Good.
You can hear the disrespect already in Danny's voice talking to Poe. He interrupts him. He contradicts him.
You're right. I don't respect people who scream in my face.
Now, you
Carl.
started it. You can hear the disrespect going on right there in the conversation that you're having right now.
All right, well, you're in my shoes. You got to produce a radio show, right? And then you have this 30... The area where there's a viewing area is just packed. It's at capacity. I think you might be a little annoyed with that.
So what you're saying is you got out of line?
You can take things.
No, I didn't get out of line. I asked you
talk to him,
once again
and talk to him
for the third time.
And then you can put out interrupting him right now. You cut him off. You're short with him.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, good, great.
Let's go to Jay in Cleveland. Jay?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, speed round. We got to get out of here. Let's go.
Okay, you want to talk about disrespect? Me paying $12 a month to listen to Poe. Jesus Christ, I get more laughs out of Sean Hannity.
Were you going for laughs on the show, Poe?
No, we were just telling the truth.
All right, let's go to Leo. Leo!
Yo,
Hey.
dude, I want to know if all of this is what preceded the pet data, because that was making me laugh my ass off the entire friggin' time home.
What was on the pad data?
Master Poe's first and last show. Call in, plug Jimmy. Call in, plug FH Riley's.
Yeah, we have some examples up on foundrymusic.com.
Oh, no.
It was great.
All right.
What do you got there?
Now go back to Master Pooh.
Well, first it says Poe, the phone number that says call, say us, hang up.
What do you got? Chocolate cake?
And then it says...
What?
What was that beeping?
Ew. What hacky thing are you doing?
What, Eric? What?
Oh, my
What?
God.
happened?
What do you got?
What?
We were trying to ease the tension in the back office, so we found cake. We figured we'd give them some cake.
When?
Who figured?
Look at Fatso I am. When? Where is the cake here now?
Yeah. Sonic decided to bring cake for these guys?
When?
Right here. It's
Who's
cake.
Sonic?
Old hedgehog hair.
E-Rock is now Sonic. Look at that. Look at that toupee he wears.
Holy fuck, that looks good.
Yeah.
What kind of cake is that? Motherfucker. Where's it from?
From
I think it's
Thanksgiving.
ice cream cake.
From Thanksgiving on Friday. I don't want that fucking weekend cake.
Jimmy.
I know it wasn't for me,
Thank you, Eric.
but I might want to bite.
All right, let's say hi to Sydney in Kentucky. Sydney?
Hunt.
What's up?
Hey.
I can tell you what's going on here. Look, I've been in the martial arts since I was 3. You pack 30 thugs, 30 tough guys in a room, and with Poe being their swinging dick, their big leader. And then when Danny comes over and tries to pull rank or anything just even politely. You know, you think this might be too many people. Poe's got to show how big his dick is, and he's going to get tough in front of everybody.
Did I step on your cock, Poe?
Do you know something? I'm sorry, what is your name, buddy?
Danny.
No, not you.
Sydney.
Have a bite,
Sydney,
Jay. Have
hi.
your cake.
How are you, Sydney?
Not too bad, Poe.
Bro, there was not one single problem there. Not one.
Oh, no one's...
And everyone sat down and was as quiet as a mouse.
You're arguing...
And they listened to the show, and everyone was respectful to each other.
I'm not saying that there was any problems at all. I'm just saying that you, as being the guy who's supposed to be running the show, I guarantee you felt the urge to maintain your position as the head cock.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. 5 minutes before the show, a show that I've never done before, I thought it was inappropriate. He could have pulled me to the side, and if he would have told me 30 was too much, I would have had half the people leave.
But you would have had to have actually spoke to me about it first. Paul, no one's arguing the behavior of your guests.
Okay.
I never said that your guests misbehaved. Okay. I never said that your guests destroyed any XM property.
Including the 52 black guys.
Yeah, when did I ever say that they were misbehaved?
Okay.
When did I say that they were misbehaved?
So they weren't causing any problems?
No, absolutely not.
We mentioned before that the possibility of something happening because they were ex-cons.
When did I say that they were a problem?
Okay, well, that was just brought up to the conversation.
When did I say that they were a problem? I don't have a problem with any of your guests, Paul. I had a problem. You're avoiding the issue. You're totally avoiding the issue and deflecting to your guests behaving well. No one's arguing that your guests were well behaved. They were. My point is that you screamed in my face. That's my biggest point. That's the biggest issue that I have with you, is that you got loud with me, and then you send this fucking email out saying that I got in your face about it, which is completely not the case.
I would not have gotten aggravated if you did yell first.
Didn't yell at you, Paul. And there's 80,000 cameras in here. I'm sure we can get to the bottom of it.
Okay, well, they don't have audio.
Well, then we'll get somebody who was here. There was 800 people here.
Yeah,
so I'm sure somebody heard you.
People
did you or did you not? Hang on. And just let me ask you a question. Did you or did you not purposely, with purpose, you opened the door, like as you were taking me out in the hall, and when you screamed, not only did you scream in my face, but you purposely turned your head into the doorway so that you could make everyone aware, all of your guests quite aware, that you were screaming at me.
No, that's ridiculous, because I tried to pull you away from the guests, and I wanted you to go into the hallway, which, again, Eric
we were already there, so I don't get it.
I wanted to pull you away from the guests, and you were not coming with me, and I wanted to pull you away from the guests. And then when we went outside...
Oh, now you're just lying.
I'm trying to shut the door, and then finally I did shut the door. Danny, I did shut the door.
Don't we have security footage? Can we look at it, please?
Afterwards, the door was closed.
I'm sick of my word versus yours.
Well,
after you screamed, and you made your guests well aware that you were screaming at me, Paul.
It seems as though that maybe that caller was correct, that you do have a problem with me, that there's a personal problem.
Yeah, now I do, absolutely. I have problems with people who scream in my face.
I would never have done anything if you wouldn't have raised your voice. And if Steve would have told me, Poe, 30, no good, I would have said, okay, fine, no problem. I would have sent out emails
to arguing that point
whoever was there, and I would have said, look, no good. Let's not bring these people in.
Did you or did you not scream in my face?
Did you scream at me?
No.
Come on,
no,
Danny.
No, I didn't, Paul.
Oh, Poe's ready to admit that he screamed at you.
Come on, Danny.
I think Poe did scream. I mean, I think he did.
Pardon me.
That's the problem I have.
If you read in the letter, of course,
I shouldn't have had to have read it in a letter.
Well, you know something? I tried to talk to you that night, but you were not able to. I was not able to speak to you at all, Danny.
Because, you were able to scream at me.
I said, my exact words was, look, Danny, come on, let's talk. And he says, you're not backing up, and you were very adamant, and you weren't backing up.
You just screamed in my face like I was a child.
3 minutes before a show that I don't know anything about, as you all know. Okay, but the fact is that I was ready to go into a show, and my guests were late.
All right, listen, I
wanted to clear this up.
All right, we got Mark from New York City. I got to take Poe's side. We got Dan from Philly. Poe is skating the issue. So why don't we get Mark and Dan to talk it out here?
And one question, too. We are running against the clock here. If we have to finish this tomorrow, there's more shit to be resolved. I don't think we don't have to have it wrapped up today. We can.
Oh, absolutely. I think we got some more stuff.
I agree. Here we go. Let's go. There. Dan, you're on with Mark. What's up?
All right. I'm just saying that, conveniently, every time something is brought up against Poe, he magically forgets everything. Like, you intentionally send an email to your boss. You intentionally open the door to scream to let everybody know that you're the alpha male. It's like, I don't understand how you can forget everything that is brought up against you, and it just gets turned around on how well behaved your guests are.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? I'm just calling to tell Danny to stop defending himself, because you haven't answered one question or one of these accusations at all. Every time somebody brings up something negative about you, you forget about it.
Wait, hang on. Poe's on a call.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It goes back to even the stuff that you do in Anthony's truck. Like, you get in, you program your stations. Like, how do you just... You do that shit intentionally, bro. Like, it's something done intentionally. Nobody just, like, magically presets 5 stations on somebody's radio and then forgets. You know what I mean? Like, you do this stuff with a purpose.
Oh, I did call
and you deny the fact that you do it.
Really? Oh my God, the Pac-Man music.
That's Super Mario.
That's what I meant. Whatever.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Tomorrow we got to finish this on the XM. We got to finish this tomorrow. This is not done.
Yeah. The phones are just
We did a
lit.
5-hour and 45-minute radio show today.
No, we didn't.
With there was a quality hour in here somewhere. Starting with 6 until now. There's piecing together.
Hey, I don't care. As long as we got Steve's fucking tirade.
End the show with that, please.
Oh, please. I want to hear it.
line of the day today.
No.
But thank you, BowDogFantasy.net. They're the sponsor of Line of the Day. It's a great website if you're into the fantasy football thing, so you might want to check it out. BowDogFantasy.net.
Is there alcohol in that cake I just ate?
Yes. Master Poe.
No.
Better not be.
There might be, though.
Yes, Opie.
There might be a cordial in there.
Rum cake?
Some of that cordial.
It's not rum cake.
No, better not be.
No, it's peanut butter. I had a couple bites.
1 minute.
Poe, thank you.
Oh, right.
Danny, thank you.
You're welcome.
Tomorrow we finish this up. We got it. This is an ongoing thing here.
Oh, my God. Let's make believe it didn't happen.
No, I think we got to finish it. I forgot this music ever played.
Yeah, this is like from
This is
the
lovely.
old days.
We were just doing 4 hours.
Longer, right, Jimmy?
It's not going to be timed out right, so just hit the sound effect, Butcher.
Shut up for 2 minutes! Shut up for 2 minutes!
Is that it?
Oh, yeah. Bye, everybody.
I guess we're out of here. I don't know.
What are you doing, Butcher?
Shut up for 2 minutes!
What is he?
Well, where's Paul?
Sure, it's
Can we have Paul in here?
I guess. Yeah, what the fuck?
Where's the name 52 Blocks come from?
What is that, Poe?
It is 52 blocks. They have 52 blocks within the system.
Cell blocks?
No. Blocking.
Oh, block as in blocking.
Deflections, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was watching that guy's
that
video.
makes too much sense.
What's his name? Light?
Light Burley.
Did I what?
Did you live on Prospect Street in Huntington?
No, never lived there.
Somebody I know does. I'm trying to remember.
So Light Burley.
No, never lived there.
Did
Good
you
friend
know
of mine.
20 years?
Oh, maybe I shouldn't say. A good friend of mine is now living on
No.
on
The other guy
Prospect
did
Street in
20.
Huntington. I'm such an asshole.
Oops.
Fucking stork. Sorry for blowing up your spot.
Oh.
I'm an idiot. I thought it was you. It must have been my brother. He's lived at about 10 or 12 locations in Huntington. All right, so Danny and Poe, you guys getting along? You're looking at each other? You're shaking hands? Are you ussing each other? What are you doing?
I will treat Paul like I would normally treat him on a daily basis.
You ussing each other.
Yeah, I'd like to move forward, and I don't want to have any problems with Danny.
You didn't sleep last night, did you? This was very traumatic for you.
No, I slept.
Did you sleep, Danny?
No, like a baby, actually.
Well,
you shit yourself.
A little bit.
All right, here's the first clip from Poe's radio show. Poe's guest tells story of what made him want to get into martial arts, right?
What guest is
Yes.
this, Poe?
Trying to figure out which guest are we talking about. It could be Grandmaster Lynchus.
Yes, it was him.
What?
Grandmaster Lynchus.
Oh, Lynchus. That guy, wow. He looks pretty nasty.
Yes, he is.
Why was he in jail?
No, he wasn't in jail.
And this is from 1983?
How old is this guy?
Dude, holy shit.
Let me see.
Poe's guests were a little old, on the old side.
The film battle of the year, Chuck Norris versus David Kung Fu Carradine. This is off an official Karate magazine cover. Interview with Joe Lewis. Okay, look, this is from 80. Wow.
That would be Grandmaster Lynchus. He is a legend within the Shotokan system.
Shotokan. And what is that?
Shotokan is a Japanese martial art. It's very hard blocks, hard kicks, hard punches.
I do the Shaka Khan.
Is he the white guy is he the white guy or the brother?
He's the guy that's hitting the the other guy.
Yeah, it would be silly if you were on a magazine cover getting your ass kicked.
How old is he?
It's like I made the cover. Look, I'm getting punched. Oh, no. Opie. No. Do you have a negative? Is there a negative for that?
No, that was given to me by Grandmaster Lynch's, I'd say about 20 years
Does
ago.
Grandmaster Lunch have another one? I hope so. Oh, Jesus.
I'm sure he does.
There was no need to do that.
It's okay, it's radio.
No, look, see.
I know.
He's a good boy.
All right, here, let's play the clip.
Not fucking
I actually
crazy.
didn't know.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, my God, you're still holding your... Yeah. Like, oh, jeez.
All right, let's go.
Anyway, what happened was, going to school in the daytime, the white kids beat me up. Coming home at night, the black kids beat me up. So one day, the white gang grabbed me outside, and with a makeshift meat hook, which is a nail bent through a piece of wood, they hung me on a white picket fence by my thumb, and with my own blood, they wrote the word Jew, so I wouldn't forget. I haven't.
Jesus.
Well, I'm sorry that happened
you
to
missed
you.
the bet. You missed.
Oh, he used?
Yeah, right.
Listen to us. That's okay.
Wait, go back. I got to hear.
Well, listen again.
After this dramatic story, Poe's comment was,
A somber
Picket fence by my thumb, and with my own blood, they wrote the word Jew, so I wouldn't forget. I haven't.
Us. Well, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Well, this is like an us for all occasions.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's like good to see you.
It's kind of like the Brady Bunch theme. There's many different versions.
You're gonna comment.
Grandmaster Lynch actually explains. He has his own description of what us means.
Yes, that'll all be coming up later in the clips.
Because it's a mystery to all of us how to use us.
Let's keep it that way.
Travis suggested that Poe uses us like the way Tim Allen grunts on Home Improvement.
I was under the impression, seeing Poe use the word us, that it was a greeting that perhaps people familiar with martial arts use for each other. So, because walking down the sidewalk, I'll see like the doorman at the hotel up there will go, us. And maybe a garbage man on the side of the road, us. Like they all know Poe as he takes the Mayor Poe walk up 57, and everybody's us. But I didn't know you could just go like, somber, like the Jewish story there with the blood and the us.
Well,
I didn't know you could just, us, man, us.
Well, Greg Brady's leftovers from Wisconsin writes, I miss Grandmaster Lunch, so I'm really looking forward to Grandmaster Supper. So
I can says us. It's for any occasion.
Moving on with the Master Poe radio show, where he talks about everything is a weapon in this clip, or somebody
When
does.
you walk through a supermarket, a hardware store, anywhere you go, everything is a weapon. Everything.
Us.
And people don't understand that. They don't understand that if you're walking down the street and a gang is coming down the other way and you know they're coming after you, you're not going to be, Kung Fu Louie or somebody trying to knock them out. The best thing to do is pick up a garbage can or a brick, throw it through a supermarket window. Because if you yell help or fire, nobody's going to come. Throw a brick through a window, the manager and all the employees will run out in that street, and they'll be gone.
What if it's 3 in the morning? Though?
Us.
Oh,
sorry.
us.
I almost stepped on
us. So that's an acknowledgement of like,
I agree.
I hear you.
So the first
is that like I know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it is, and it's giving respect. If you don't say anything, you're not respecting your elder.
Did anyone ever get Grandmaster Lunch some water for his dry mouth?
It's Grandmaster. What's his name?
Lynch's.
He talks like the old Indian from Natural Born Killers.
Yeah,
he's got that old.
He's got a little Jimmy Superfly in him too.
That's who he is.
There's a lot of Jimmy Superfly.
That's what it is.
And his other guest, coincidentally, sounds exactly like somebody else as well.
Okay.
How old is this gentleman?
He's about 72, I think.
Could he still handle himself?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with
Is he
this
still
guy.
a problem?
Us.
Not here, but he can.
No, but I mean, if someone came at him for fisticuffs.
He'll rip him apart.
What?
Us. Come on. Us, Jim.
Us.
Us? If Jewish people say us?
Poe compares. Poe compares karate to comedy, huh?
Oh, no.
Well, that's interesting. Little juxtaposition.
We finally get to hear Master Poe on his own radio show. Let's hear it. Instead of
Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, these are the guys that I'm with every day, and they're amazing. I got to give props to these guys because there's a similarity here that I'm going to talk to you about. Comedians, when you attack them with a joke, and I'm not a comedian, I can never do what they do, but I give them the biggest us ever. Because when you attack them with a joke, they come right back at you. I mean, they hit you hard. And no matter what happens, you can come back again. They're going to hit you again. They're going to come back. And it's just like a ping pong, and they never stop.
That's what makes a great comedian.
Absolutely.
Us. Now I'm going to say us.
And we want the biggest us ever, like you said in that clip. Let's hear it.
Us. Whoa. Us. That's pretty big.
No, this is even bigger.
I just pictured a giant us. Like this huge us.
Like a cloud. It's
it's giant.
This is bigger. Us squared. I have us times 8.
Wow.
I like yours.
Alan Alda us.
Sam, we got a us. We got a us, Sam.
Uh-oh.
There was blood all over the us.
I'm going to give you the biggest us ever. That's right. You take this us. So you think you're going to emerge victorious in the rage in a cage? Us. That's right. You take my us. No chance in hell. You cannot get a bigger us than I'm going to give you right now. And you're teamed up with Grandmaster Lunch. You think you can beat Grandmaster Lunch? Us. Oh, they are. It's all right, I don't have to sing for a while. I can do Angry Vince. You want me? It's those weeks I gotta sing over. It ain't happening.
It ain't happening this week. Hey, Dave B. from Philly writes, Jim Norton makes people laugh and Poe stabs people in the chest with his thumb. It's so similar, it's scary.
I'm scared of that helicopter. Us.
All right, we go on to Grandmaster Banks. He shoots down the UFC. That's a little crazy there, Poe.
Let's talk about truth, man. Let's really bring it out. And I'm glad that you're doing
stop
it.
The clip, please. Grandmaster Banks, we need a little background. Is he a convict?
No. Great Grandmaster Banks is one of the leading authority in promotion of martial arts tournaments, World Martial Arts Hall of Fames.
How old is he?
He's 80.
Wow. Is he still
80?
Can he still fight?
No. If you...
I mean, not professionally, but I mean, like, if someone gave him a problem.
No, if you cough, you may fall down.
Oh, really?
He's an old man. He's 80 years old.
And he coincidentally sounds exactly like Brooks from The Shawshank Redemption.
Hey, but the other guy can still
I might just shoot him.
I got a job at the Foodway.
The Foodway.
Did you ask him about Rapper's Delight?
No.
So Grandmaster Lunch can take care of himself, but this guy's probably a little bit too frail.
Grandmaster Banks.
Banks is too far.
Great Grandmaster Banks.
So when did you get into talking about like the roots of rap?
We didn't discuss rap.
Why is it Grandmaster wanting Great Grandmaster for the other?
Well, that's his title, and out of respect, that's what we give him.
Okay.
They're both 10
us to everybody. 4 different conversations going on.
Oh, I know.
Enjoy your favorite.
Just pick one
and go with
and
it.
just go with it. That'd be the easiest way to enjoy a radio show.
I'm trying to get a Grandmaster Flash joke together. Those guys are on their own.
I'm fucking laughing at
Jimmy's asking real
Shawshank
questions.
joke that Danny just said.
Oh, is that what you were doing? I didn't even know that. You kept saying that.
And Jim's carrying on. We had 3 conversations going on.
I'm like, I think I can get this Grandmaster Flash thing going if someone would pay attention. Jimmy's asking normal questions. Ant and Danny are having their own fucking thing.
And you're just firing out pre-1980 rap lines.
Well, let's talk to Dawny, who was not safe last Saturday. I don't care what anyone says. Dawny, I apologize that you had to hang out with convicts.
It was pretty scary, but we managed.
All right. Us.
So, us, Dawn. Us.
Us. We were on the elevator leaving that night, and the Grandmaster gets on a packed elevator, and he turns to one of his entourage
and
that brought
farts.
him up there and goes, "Was that a radio show?"
No way.
You know where he was.
Was that a radio show? Us.
He didn't know if it was radio or TV or what.
Us.
Wow. Let me ask you a question. There's 52 blocks, Poe. You had those guys on. There's 2 of those guys?
Yes.
Now, did they feel, because the whole thing was between Poe and Danny, you thought that he had been disrespectful in front of your guests, but none of your guests have called in to say that he was or wasn't.
Well, it seems like they're not going to call in.
Why?
And I don't know, and that's okay. But what I'd like to say for the record is I think we both got out of hand. And in regards to the letter, I was angry at the time.
Well, that's what the record is.
Like I said, I was angry at the time.
See your grandma's for Thanksgiving, Donnie.
See you Thanksgiving.
Bye, Donnie.
Wait a minute, so why won't let him call in to discuss? I would plug that guy in a second because I want a copy of his DVD.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go to Scooter in Illinois. Scooter's got some.
Scooter. Hey, Scooter. Concrete walker. Concrete city people.
Can we get a city people prank call?
Why don't you go put shoes on and walk around on the concrete?
You got to get the original. What is it? What is it called? Terrorist telemarketers? What prank call tape was that from? It's hilarious.
We'll find it.
That guy's voice was touch-tone terrorist, right? Scooter, what's up?
Yeah,
Get a good Scooter call. One of the originals. Huh?
Picture your Grandmaster naked.
Linger. Hey, Paul, how come one of those guys won't call in? Like the 52 blocks guy. I would love to hear from one of those guys.
No. They don't have XM. They're not listening to the show right now.
Tell them to steal one.
Their prepaid cards ran out.
Well, you could call them, couldn't you?
Sure, I could call them.
All right. Why the dramatic monotone?
My throat hurts. My throat hurts.
From ussin'?
Too much us.
No.
Sometimes he does these usses. You'd think it was for real people.
Doctor's going to tell him to not us for a week.
Yes.
All right, let's meet Grandmaster Banks. He shoots down the UFC. A lot of fans of the UFC.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Let's see what Grandmaster Banks has to say about that.
Let's talk about truth, man. Let's really bring it out. And and I'm glad that you're doing it. And I love you for that, Robert Rivera.
You're going to eat that?
Master Poe, because this is what it's all about. Okay, I don't want to take up too much time here, talking about it. But somebody's got to say something about it, especially with the garbage that you see on television with this Ultimate Challenge thing and all that. Yeah, I mean, it is a joke. It is, because it's not real martial arts. They call it martial arts, but it is not martial arts. It's what I call DF. It's called degenerate fighting.
I saw an automobile once when I was a kid, but now they're everywhere.
Seems things are just getting a little faster.
I hear a lot of different people in that voice.
But wait, UFC fighting is good fighting, man.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I wasn't agreeing with him in regards to that because personally, the UFC or Vale Tudo, these guys are in incredible shape and they fight very, very hard.
You tell me a guy like Mirko Krokop or fucking Fedor couldn't beat a traditional martial? Of course they. I mean, those guys are bad motherfuckers, man.
I'm not. That's not my argument. Our argument, Grandmaster Lenchus and I, is if you take the mixed martial arts and you go out into the street and you go down to the ground, that's dangerous. That's one of our arguments. As far as Great Grandmaster Aaron Banks, I'm really not sure because he has.
Oh, you're saying that's dangerous in a good way, like it's a dangerous.
Jimmy. Good us right there.
Us.
Are you saying it's a good thing?
No, to go down to the ground is not good.
Us.
It's
and I don't want to get your us.
Damn it.
What if someone gets you down?
What's that?
What if someone gets you down? If someone gets you down, it's good to have that knowledge, right?
Well, if someone gets you down, absolutely, you need to have that knowledge. And most definitely,
Jimmy,
these guys are
acknowledge your us and raise you an us.
Okay.
And another us.
You know what? I've decided to go all in on my us again.
No, man. Damn it. I was bluffing.
I see your
Take
us.
it down.
I see your us, and I raise you a hiya.
After this round, let's raise the usses.
I'm gonna throw in a us, and I'm gonna raise you a word.
Damn.
But one of the things that we were discussing is
To your mother, would that work better? Yeah, I think so. All right, well.
If you do go down to the ground, you can have like 4 or 5 guys or 10 guys or 15 guys waiting on the side. And once you're on the ground, they're going to kick you in the head. And, And, you know,
and you can get gum on yourself.
And you can get gum on, yes.
Us. Just. Us, Opie, us.
That was an ass.
An ass. This. You might be ussing it.
Yeah, it smells like us. You gotta wipe your us.
Us hole.
What an us. All right, hey. So why don't we? So this next clip is a fan calling. What's this about, Danny? There seems to be something going on here because it's fan in quotes.
Well, yeah,
and you put this together, Danny.
The Poe had a lot of callers calling into his show, and Poe was excited that he had a lot of callers, so he was anxious to get to a bunch of them. So I think this clip, there's 2 phone callers back to back. I think it's the first 2, actually.
All right, let's listen to some fans calling into the Master Poe. How do you have fans already?
Well, people were ready to listen.
They're your fans. They're not
They're
mine.
fans of the Saturday programming, no matter what's on.
No,
matter
guys.
what crap we throw at them.
They love listening.
I'm amazed they're still listening to that.
So am I.
No, most of it's good. Most of it.
We have a caller. His name is Chad. Chad, are you there? Hey, Chad.
Us.
I like that. This is cool. Hey, Chad, what's going on? Oh, what happened? You disappeared. You gave me an us and you disappeared? What happened? I have
You know what?
A softer us. I gotta give him a softer us. Okay, let me have Jay. Hey, Jay, what's going on?
Hey, what's happening, Poe?
How are you, bro?
I'm doing fine. I was just wondering, you were saying what's more martial arts? Would you say Rampage Jackson versus Liddell is a bigger martial arts spectacle, or you versus a blonde at F.H. Riley?
That's interesting. Okay, next caller.
Okay, next caller.
Prank caller, hang up. Prank caller.
That was a good one. That is funny.
Wow.
And your martial arts friends are probably like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
That's exactly what they said.
You should have said you fought a blonde guy. You should have just went with it.
400 blocks of New York Avenue. I tried. All right, here we go. Now we got a third fan calling.
Yeah, this is another.
Smartos.
All right, here we go.
Let me have Ryan. Ryan.
Yes.
What's going on, Ryan? Us. That's cool. They're calling, giving me an us, and hanging up.
But at least you're handling it well.
I don't know you. Who is this? Don't come here. I'm hanging up the phone. Prank caller.
Wow, okay, we're back live. A lot of ussing going on there, Poe, I noticed. And I guess this is a perfect clip to play now. You finally explained what us means to you. You, Master Poe. Are you an actual master?
I was given a master, yes, master's level. I've been training since 1967.
67, wow.
5
years old.
Yeah.
Us.
On the playground.
This baby needs to make a noise. I was listening when you were banging cheerleaders. Mike, you don't come to Las Vegas and usher a man like Mo Green like that. 3 years old, he usses.
Draw chips for everybody here. The dancers will kick your wrist out.
The dancers will ush your tongue out.
Marlon Brando's ussing with oranges in his mouth.
Stop your ussing it.
She was very badly ussed, you see.
Your
Case
son
in point.
is attempting to pray outside Ussa.
And us?
Wait, what's wrong? What's wrong with Poe? What's wrong?
Case in point.
What do you mean a case in point?
You guys just you're no, that's amazing. I mean, you guys like two fighters. They fight. They keep on fighting. They keep on going at each other until someone goes down.
Give me a Diablo sandwich and an oust and make it fast. I'm gonna goddamn
Sheriff.
My hat's off to you guys. That's it. That's it.
All right, here we go. Here.
You like us and Doc? That was a good us, Wade.
It's a pretty sweet us.
Yeah, I fucked that one up.
All right, Poe describes the...
Not too sure I agree with your us there, Lou.
Poe describes the us in this clip.
Oh, Sensei.
Yeah.
Please give us your definition of us. That's Grandmaster Lynch's.
Yeah.
To me, because martial arts is my life. It's everything I am. I can't live without it. And the thing about us is a samurai's code. It's a way of the warrior. When I see somebody and I respect them, I bow to them and they bow to me, no matter how big we are, no matter what we are, race, religion, or where we come from. And anywhere I've been in the world, I will see somebody with a martial arts gi bag, and I'll say to them, us, and they will bow and say, us, and I feel I'm home. This is family. That's what it means to me. It's chivalry. It's valor. It's knights of the round table.
I like that. Us. I like that.
Yeah.
Us. That was fantastic. I got the chills when you said all that.
Yeah,
So
you know
did
why
I.
you're getting your chills?
douche.
Yes, sir.
Because it's cold in here.
Are you cold? 1 second. Hold on.
Cold.
Oh, this is a radio show.
Is that your cape?
talk.
Is that...
I subtly throw it over. And then bam, it's a fucking howitzer. You gotta back up. Back up a little bit.
Damn, no. Can I have an us? Us. 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 Us, 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 us,
He was to the white.
us, us, us. That was fantastic.
Shut up for 2 minutes.
He said, I can smell your us.
You ever see a us come apart like that?
Let me see your us face.
Us.
What in the fuck is...
Is us allowed in the barracks?
No, sir. Because you are a disgusting us, Private Pile. Here's the rest of that clip.
I will see somebody with a martial arts gi bag, and I'll say to them, us, and they will bow and say, us, and I feel I'm home. This is family. That's what it means to me. It's chivalry. It's valor. It's knights of the round table.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. I got the chills when you said all that.
Yeah, you know why you're getting your chills?
Yes, sir.
Because it's cold in here.
Are you cold? 1 second. Hold on.
Cold.
Where'd you go? Well, this is a radio show.
Is that your cape?
Talk.
Is that...
Where'd you get him?
What did you...
Well, I mean, we're doing it's a radio show, and then Bo decides he's going to stand up and let 10 seconds of dead air go by while he puts a cape on Grandmaster Banks like he's James Brown.
The old fella just need a sweater.
Would you us me? I us me so hard. That's just automatic, guys. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
Let's go to
that's
Marie in
automatic.
Florida. Marie in Florida, what's up?
Good
Hey
evening.
guys, I got got a black belt in Taekwondo on the Upper West Side at West Side Taekwondo from Masters Sonny and Junny Wong, and I have never heard of us in my entire life.
You don't sound like a black belt.
What does a black belt sound like exactly?
A man.
A man? I can whoop your ass.
So what? Notice I don't deny it. Could you really? Probably give me a beat. How long have you been taking karate?
I don't take karate. I told you, Taekwondo.
Whatever. Chop, chop, judo, judo. Here you go. Kick.
Right.
How long have you been taking the martial arts?
I started when I was 35. I'm now 45.
35 you started.
10 years, that's us.
Oh, what happened that...
I used to fight in tournaments, and I used to win against much younger women. And I did an international tournament and in Colorado Springs.
All right, hold on.
Won.
So you started when you were 35. You were 34, 2 Negroes in an elevator?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what happened to her that
wasn't
made her get into Taekwondo at 35.
Well, you live in Manhattan and you walk around by yourself at night. You think about, and it's true. You feel better at night walking around if you know that you can at least protect yourself.
Yeah, because when that gun comes out, boy, that Taekwondo comes in handy.
Yeah, maybe I was in better shape. I could at least run a little faster.
Well, but you never heard
ignorant.
That's
what they have to say.
You never heard of the us though?
Never heard of the us. What's
No.
the us? If I did that to my masters, they would be like, "Hello, are you feeling okay?"
Us.
Can I add something?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Can I get a us?
See you later.
What? I'm sorry, 1 second. Hello? Taekwondo? Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Thank you. That is a Japanese word, and you take a Korean style. How do you say thank you in Korean?
How do you say thank you?
Yes.
Obrigado.
No, that's not Korean, my dear.
That's Japanese.
No, obrigado.
No, that's obrigado.
That's Brazilian.
I know it is. Believe me.
Mr. Roboto.
Por favor.
So wait, I'm sorry. You've taken a Korean style. You're a black belt, and yet you don't know how to say thank you. The most common word used in any martial art.
That's right.
To give respect to the teacher, you say
respect.
Thank you. You say.
You know about Kamsahamnida? You know about that?
That's it. Well, I just asked you. You didn't give me the answer.
That's right.
Kamsahamnida.
Dome arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Domo.
Anyway,
we are all homos.
Us to you too.
Homo.
Keep on training, girls. Keep on training.
All right.
She's fucking on roids or clits in her sock.
Us to her.
Every time she sneezes, her pussy lips go. Sorry, miss. I don't know why I took it there. Apologize. You're a nice lady.
Taekwondo.
Wait.
One good knuckle sandwich in a fucking nagger.
Taekwondo. She goes, hey, and then looks at another woman's pussy. Isn't that what happens, madam?
E-Rock, did you fuck up, or is this labeled
You
wrong?
could just leave it at that.
It says,
why would you even ask?
Well, the last clip was supposed to be what us means to Master Po, but we got Grandmaster Banks' definition of
No,
us.
Grandmaster Banks and Grandmaster Lynch's
I fished one time for Grandmaster Banks. Wow.
I'm sorry?
No. I can't.
Nothing.
I didn't hear it.
Yes, you did,
No,
you
it-
dickbag.
Us, Jim. Us.
I can't keep the Grandmasters.
He's trying so hard to make me say it again. I love Jimmy.
All right, here we go.
Us.
This is Grandmaster Banks now?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Let's walk.
Yeah, this is now Grandmaster Brooks.
Okay.
By the way, someone from their cell phone after post show, I was ready to flush my XM and us, my mother.
Fucking Brooks.
It's too funny. I can't let it go.
That is really good.
Here we go.
Let's go back to what we're talking about, the us again. Again, what you just heard before, again, the real world, the true world, the only world, and bang. Bang, bang, bang. That's what exists.
What?
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to take a little break. I hope we're enjoying ourselves. I know I am.
Sounds like it. I know. Jesus, real party happens at New Year's Eve.
Just got some awful news. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, tragic. You're very somber.
Yes, you are.
Like,
I want to hear the 52
I understand the
blocks, guys.
subject
Well,
matter.
Jimmy,
but,
it's funny you should say that. The next clip is the convict.
Oh, cool.
What's his name?
Gans.
Well, you have
convict.
Well, I'll tell you what, Billy Bear.
Light Burley.
Billy Bear and Gans.
To pull a gun on a bus.
That's who both brought up. Fucking Billy Bear and Gans. Nice gun.
Yeah. Can't believe it. I got
Light Burley and Raj.
What is his name?
Raj.
And this is the guy that. This is the convict you found on the internet, right?
Hey.
For your radio show.
Light Burley is the one that I found on the internet. He's the student of.
And it's he talks about 52 blocks and the kind of people involved with it.
Oh, Raj is the master of it.
Yes.
All right, let's listen to the convict.
The only thing that blew me away, I'm going to tell you straight up, and I stopped, okay, is that he caught fists and then he kissed them. Okay, I'm sorry. That threw me. I was like,
catch and
done.
kiss.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that punch was made famous by one of the most prominent and well-known 52 fighters, Mother Dare. Now the stigma attached to Mother Dare was that he did things as far as sexually on his own, which was he was gay and. He had the way of using the 52, knocking you out, and then he would molest you. Because of that, he didn't have one of the best reputations, but he did have a serious reputation of being able to catch punches, block punches, and return with counter strikes that would devastate and then usually ending up the knockout. So he made that catch and kiss very famous.
That's great.
Wow. And us right to the ass.
Us.
Yeah. Fuck. He fucking knocks you out and then fucks you. Wow. That's a fucking... I mean, he was feared in jail, though. No, I don't tangle with him, because you might catch one on the chin and then catch another one on the chin.
How about we leave that guy home next time you do a radio show?
I like the convicts. They probably have better stories. The other guys have regular fighting stories. How many... You could talk to Chuck Norris for a week, and he won't tell you that he knows someone who rapes people once he knocks them out. That guy rules.
Wow.
How did I just stop the show? How did I ruin everything? Just trying to have fun.
Jimmy, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, because I think we all were just thinking of what you just said. Getting knocked out and then fucked in the us is not something any of us want to think about too long.
Well, that guy is no longer in jail. He's dead.
Who is? The gay guy.
Yeah.
Did he die of the HIV?
He died. No, he died. They took care of him.
Oh, he got killed?
Yeah.
He fucked the wrong guy?
He hurt too many people.
Oh,
really?
He died of a bad us.
Got the us in the yard.
What was he in jail for?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know anything about him.
What was he in jail for? Punching people and fucking them in the ass, probably.
I know. Imagine that was how he was on good behavior. He did worse shit on the outside. Traffic violation. Unpaid parking tickets.
And he gets in there and starts fucking everybody.
He pushes everybody with his fucking elbow and rapes them.
That would be fucking insane.
Oh my God.
He was a lawyer with a speeding ticket he never paid.
Let's say hi to fan, in quotes, number 4 to post show. All right, let's listen to this.
Let me have Master Stone. Master Stone.
Oh, Master Stoney. Evening, gentlemen.
I'm sorry, Master Stoney.
2 quick things. I really look up to what you're doing here, Poe. Very appreciate that you come out here and talk to us about martial arts. I also study martial arts just like you.
Us.
Not you.
Frank Us.
We're part of the O&A crew. It's okay. It's all good. It's like an us. Frunkus is like, when they say Frunkus, it's like saying us.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let me...
Really?
Oh, that's
Frunkus.
Not at all.
Frunkus.
You're just like us.
Us.
That's what he's trying to say with this show.
That's great.
All right, and finally, Poe talks about road rage. All right.
Everyone has this idea of pushing out their ego and wearing an S on their shirt. You know, we should all try to handle a situation with respect. If you were brought up with respect and you have the power of the mind, you have the ability to foresee what can happen. You have no idea if that guy has a gun in his pocket, if he has a knife in his pocket, or if he has a gang of 50 guys waiting in his Volkswagen, which that's not going to happen. But what I'm saying is that, you know, there's no reason for us to approach
the circus, Poe.
50 guys in a Volkswagen.
You have no idea if he has a bearded lady or a bear on a bicycle riding in a circle. You don't know if he has the world's fattest woman Or fucking a fetus in a jar of alcohol. God almighty. That was the worst example. 50 guys in his Volkswagen. Yeah. Couldn't he be a bus driver?
Yeah, let's go back to this.
What I'm saying is that, there's no reason for us to approach people. First of all, don't ever approach anyone. You don't stay in arm's distance. You stay at least 5 to 10 feet away from someone.
Okay.
You got to understand something, that it is so scary out there, and if someone cuts you off, hey, no big deal. All right, roll down the window. All right, buddy, have a nice day. Okay, all good. I'm glad you're in a rush to go somewhere, but there's no reason to get out of the car and take a bat to these guys. There's no reason at all.
How do you find in yourself that patience to deal with that, though?
See, that's the thing. You train in the martial arts, and it gives you that patience because you learn a discipline with the respect that you have of your instructors and your masters and your grandmasters. They give you the patience. They give you the patience because you bleed, you sweat, and you suffer, and you work very, very hard to gain the skills that you need. And it's not overnight, man. It's not overnight, okay? And you have to understand that. Patience will come. It takes time.
It takes patience.
Yeah. Us
indeed.
All right. Hey, buddy. Have a nice day. Glad to see you're in a big hurry.
I think
that was good acting. I thought you were really in a car. I said, how did Paul get audio of himself in a car? What, that was in studio?
I was just interested that would be your advice to somebody who cut somebody off, was to roll down the window and be verbally passive aggressive with them instead of taking a bat to their face.
Is there any way we can hear that? I just like Poe's acting on that one line where he goes, "Hey, buddy," he's thinking as he goes along.
Yeah.
Glad to see you're in a hurry. Hope you use regular unleaded. Hey, don't hit the tolls without Easy Pass.
You got that?
Cut you off. Hey, no big deal. All right, roll down the window. All right, buddy, have a nice day. Okay, all good. I'm glad you're in a rush to go somewhere, but there's no reason to
hope
get...
you don't find a good parking spot.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Use the blinker.
Yeah, hey, friend, get a boat. About the worst things you can possibly say to somebody. My mother's a cunt. Has more dignity than fucking, hey, buddy, here's your hat. What's your hurry? I'd rather yell out the window, pull out your cock and I'll suck it, fella. And, hey, friend. Hey, there are no strangers, only friends we haven't met yet. Slow down, buy gas. This is the worst improv I've ever heard.
Here's the last track. This is
God.
Post-show ending. This is how it ended.
Oh, boy.
That was, well, it was quiet.
1 second, sir.
Got it?
1 second, sir. I have to say it because I know if I give me 1 second, sir. Masterpo at masterpos.com. Send me in your letters. I want to know everything about you. And
Saturday Night Virus. It's over, Johnny.
See, but then the actual beauty of that was Eric kept telling him in his talk back that we bought him 5 more minutes. So after the show was over and I'd put my jacket on and left, he decided to do a radio show for another 6.5 minutes.
Holy shit.
He wasn't listening to the time cues, so we switched his headphones to program so he couldn't hear anything we were doing. Show ends and he just kept going.
No.
Yeah, I thought the show, because he told me I had more time. And I
you didn't notice when the audience was getting ready and leaving?
I don't know about anyone else, but I have got to listen to an arena show. I think. I think we'll give.
I'll just burn your copy of that one, please.
I think
we'll give you another show as long as you invite a lot of convicts in next time.
I think this should be a second arena show.
Us.
If Paul would do it.
Us. Thank you. Us. It would be my honor.
So why don't you guys like man hug or something now?
Nah, I don't think that's.
I think you're going to be seeing that kind of ussing.
I'll tell you what.
That's just us, dude.
Only us.
Hold on, I got to get something out of my us.
Oh no, here it comes.
No, I don't think this could be a risky one.
Yeah, force it out.
Oh my God!
Damn.
No, yeah.
Turtling.
You almost pushed yourself.
Oh, you're fucking. There's nothing worse than when the log pokes out like it's a fucking unlaughing. Like fucking pokes. Hey, it's Ruth Buzzy after a fire.
Goldie Log. All right, give me the.
All right, you earned a crash. you jumped on that one too.
You can almost see your log's little hands holding the thing, going hello, and then it goes back in behind the colon.
All right, line of the day brought to you by BowDogFantasy.net. Thank you, Poe. Free live scoring stats, bios, and news that will help you win big this season in fantasy football. They're whispering. All good?
Yep.
All right.
Poe, could you please get my Escalade?
Yeah, back to reality, pal.
I was wondering how you're going to do that one today.
Yes, of course.
Hit the bricks, master.
All right, can I just one?
Sure.
Yes, Danny, I want to shake your hand.
That's all at BowDogFantasy.net.
To be honest, Poe,
I just want to.
I'm not. Look. I understand. I'll, out of respect, just to squash any problems around here. That's fine. But I have just know that I have a huge problem shaking the hand of a man who wrote a letter to try to get me in some trouble. So it would be kind of hypocritical of me to do that.
Once again,
I have to say that goes against the whole martial arts thing. I think with the codes and the respect and all that.
At the time, I was angry, and that's something that's.
You don't just go, hey,
I'm
fella,
apologizing.
I'm writing a letter. Hey, pal.
I just couldn't go home happy with myself if I shook your hand about
You guys, wait a minute. You guys got to give Paul a break on this one thing. You're putting him in a world which is corporate, and you want him to be a gentleman and not react the way he reacts, which is through savagery. The way he would normally have handled that is a biting.
I mean,
That's
I
how he
understand.
handles things.
I get it, Jim. But if it was like a one-time deal, like that would be fine. But I mean, not for nothing. But this is like at least the third time I can count. So
third time,
I'm sorry, I just can't.
I've blown up on you.
No, that you've had to write letters to bosses. I mean, that's
All right, you know what? No,
I'm not about to get into another screaming match. It's just my personal opinion.
Let's keep
I think it's unnecessary.
Let's keep this as a cliffhanger.
That's
no
fine.
handshake.
That's fine.
Jeez.
I
No
just
handshake.
I can't do it.
But you can rip his throat out if you like.
No more corporate
Gonna
nonsense.
bust your Guitar Hero hand. That's what I'll do.
Oh, I got Rock Band waiting for me.
All right.
I'll do it the way I know how. Us.
Oh, he used. You give him an us back.
That's better than the shake.
Why don't you just present your us?
Everyone present.
Everyone show their us.
Us.
All right, BowDogFantasy.net.
Enough about the us.